flame. We should have been stronger. Kept to our plan, but we're just ashamed. I start to wonder. Don't get on you. Don't get for days. For days. Kids, you don't get on you. Don't get for days. For days. Don't get on you. Don't get for days. For days. Kids, you don't get on you. Don't get for days.
Aloha, this is Air Tiki 921 crew member. As this is a shoeless flight to a barefoot destination, the crew will move through the aisles to collect all remaining footwear for immediate and permanent disposal. Thank you for your cooperation and for listening.
Looking at the weather forecast, no matter where you want it to go in the entire world, the weather is absolutely perfect. So you beach guys and you beach gals, if you're looking for a place to go where the sun and the sand and the aqua blue water are warm, this is the perfect day to enjoy it. As a matter of fact, think about it. If you were going to run away, what island would you go to?
Hey, you found me. This is the Tiki Man, Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Playing the best trop rock, sprinkle in with some old-time rock and roll, blues, and jazz. Okay, back to the music now. Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. Your happy place, baby. Rise and shine. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. Let's get this day started off right, shall we? Here we go.
Well, now, friends, let me tell you about this cat that I once met. Smooth talker with an export cigarette. I don't believe I ever saw him without a cocktail in his hand. No one swings his horn to the big band voodoo band. Yeah! Now he strolls through the city like a big old alley cat, with his pinstripe suit and a big bad voodoo hat. I don't believe I ever saw him without a kitten on his hand. And no one swings his horn to the big band voodoo band. Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey, Hidey, Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I got the answers. We all wanna know, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Rise and shine, everybody. Another gorgeous, beautiful day is here. The chocolate bar is open for business. We're off the radio this week, so we've got, no hippie chick, no flies, nobody in the studio but me. But we're going to have a fun time because we're going to go back and take a look at a lot of the funny things that have happened over the past year or so. And hopefully we can make you laugh and have some fun. So sit back, enjoy it, and make sure you comment, subscribe, hit the like button. Helps us out tremendously. All right, so it's going to be a good show. All right, we're going to put together a lot of clips for you that have happened. All right, so get ready to rock and roll with us. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
That's right, Jack. It's got some swing. Hey, Mr. Pinstripe Suit. Hey, Mr. Hidey-Hidey-Ho. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Mr. Wingtip Shoes. Hey, Mr. Always on the go. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. We all wanna know. Well, I know you got the answers. Yeah, we all wanna know.
Good morning, everybody. Rise and shine. We're back on Eastern Island time right here at Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, your coastal Americana radio station. Coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios in beautiful Harrison Bay to the backyard in Valley Center, Kansas, and to all of our friends in the Rockin' Woods Tiki Bar up in Canada. Our producer, Monica, who is always listening. Of course, Vacuum Cleaner Tom, who's always working. And, of course, Northeastern Nora and everybody up in Canada. Corona, of course. Good morning to everybody. The BAR in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Bodyguard and Ambassador Retreat. And, of course, that is our ambassador of all great things. And, of course, Tim, the Bodyguards, which you never leave the country without, okay? Beers and Bones Patio here in Harrison Bay, Tennessee, home of our good friends, the Golden, the Grill Master himself, and the Golden Girl with the good smelling hair. Yeah, that's right. The Cabin up north, the Brap Shack at Deer Lodge in Old Forge, New York. Home away from home for Donna and Bob Cummings. Good morning to you guys. I hope you're doing fabulous. The Amateur Adventures Club. The Amateur Adventures Club. Home of Bill and Ann Abbott. Where is Bill Abbott and Ann Abbott? Well, that's where they're at, the Amateur Adventures Club up in New York. Good morning to you guys. The Treetop Flyers Patio and Tiki Bar located over in Queen City, North Carolina. Home of Marty and Angela Gentry. Good morning to you guys. Rick and Pat's Backyard Oasis in Williamsport, Maryland. Home of Shy Patty and Rick the One-Eye Bandit himself. Good morning to you guys. The northern headquarters of Tiki Man Radio, that is the Paradise Way Tiki Bar up in Indiana, home of Ed the Train Man, his beautiful wife Pat, and of course all of the conductors and all the grandkids, Ed and Felicia and little Alec and everybody. The Beachy Shell Hideaway in beautiful Key West, Florida, home away from home for us when we are in Key West, and home for B-Man and Michelle. That is where we hang our hat in the Beachy Shell Studios. The Pond Front Patio in Ottawa, Tennessee, home of B-Dog and Lou. Of course, the Legend Studio, where they do their tropical country show on Wednesdays. The Lake Music here in Harrison Bay, home of Flaz and Larice. The Big House on the Hill, of course. And, of course, the Southwest Florida Daddy-O Patio of the Seaside She Shed. That is Dave Sons and Beth Travers down in Inglewood, Florida. Good morning to you guys. The Comeback Tiki Hut up in Minnesota, where you'll find them best mimosas on Sunday morning. You betcha. and Shelley Forsythe and the crew. The Z&G Patio in Memphis, Tennessee, home of our good friends David and Gina, rocking on the back porch to Tiki Man Radio. And the Paradise North, home of King David and Pat up at Southampton, New York. Good morning to you guys. The Tiki Balcony over in Sweden. Good afternoon to the Swedes. And JoJo's Northeast Sea Shack in Medford, Massachusetts, outside of Boston. Well, welcome to the best of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. The whole crew is gone this weekend, doing all kinds of things. So I thought what I'd do, instead of just not doing a show, is put together some clips, some funny things that have happened throughout the year, and maybe some from in the past or whatever. Throw them all together for you and have a show for you that way. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that we make you laugh this morning and have some fun. That's what it's all about. Make sure you hit the like button. That helps us out tremendously. If you subscribe, you can also chat and tell everybody about Tiki Man Radio. Download the app. And make sure that everybody knows that your favorite radio station is Tiki Man Radio. Let's take care of our 10 o'clock sponsors, and we'll get started with some funny clips of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man is streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam. Cammy's Grammy is the official sign company of Tiki Man Radio. If you're looking for a special sign for your event, your tiki bar, or just your backyard, or maybe you just want a flamingo in your backyard, reach out to Cammy's Grammy. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the banner for Cammy's Grammy. Cammy's Grammy Live Cam, the official live cam of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man.
Reef rum is for the nonconformists, but moderates will appreciate it likewise. It's for the forever young spirits. For people who don't care about roles and labels. For those who just want to have a good time, on any occasion, by themselves, or with fellow adventurers. Its eccentric blend with sweet and smoky flavors is an invitation. Get out of your comfort zone, unapologetically enjoy yourself, and keep making new memories. Cheers. Reef Rum, sweet and smoky for the wise and the rebel.
Reef Rum, the official rum of Tiki Man Radio. Step out of your comfort zone and order yours today. Reggae Wines is the official wine of Tiki Man Radio and sponsor for Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man on Mondays at 6 p.m. If you stop by the chocolate bar, you can always get a taste of Reggae Wines behind the bar. If you like sweet wines like I do, then Reggae Wines is for you. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the Wine tab and check out all the flavors they have. Make sure you check out all the cocktail recipes because Reggae Wines goes good with anything. They're also sponsor for the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound. Reggae Wines, making the world a better place, one bottle at a time. Tiki Man Radio is gearing up for the 8th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound, October 31st through November the 2nd at the Rick's Dirty Harry's Complex on Duval Street in Key West, Florida. All the artists are booked and locked and ready to go. And of course, our event is free to the public. Everybody is a VIP. This year, of course, we're bringing back the SAC Awards, sponsored by Tiki Man Radio and presented by Tim Campbell. And new this year is the Jimmy Buffett Lookalike Contest, brought to you by Land Shark Lager. That's right, come dressed as your favorite era of Jimmy Buffett and win a special prize by Land Shark Beer. That's going to be on Friday night, right after Dave McKinney and the Hungry Heart Luck Heroes band plays. And of course, we're going to honor our friend Bill Crawley. Make sure you come by the Tiki Man Radio table and pick up your fan's fan of Bill Crawley. I want to see a lot of pictures. We want to make this special. Bill Crawley played at every event we had, and we want to make sure that we honor our good friend. That's the 8th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound, the original Songwriter Showcase during Trop Rock Week, October 31st through November the 2nd at Rick's Dirty Harry's on Duval Street in Key West, Florida. Why would you go anywhere else? That's right. Why would you go anywhere else? Come down to Key West and have some fun with us for the 8th annual Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound. Looking forward to that. We got the Ready Room all booked. We got all kinds of things we're going to have some fun with. And, of course, the Navy's going to be there cooking hamburgers and hot dogs. The cheapest hamburgers and hot dogs in town, and all the money goes to the United States Navy. So such a fantastic thing. All right, so this is normally where we give the shout-outs to, people on Facebook and people on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Now, I know, I always tell people, I know we might miss you during that time, or maybe you come in a little later in the show and we don't see it or whatever, Always know that we are very thankful that you are a part of the show. And you might have to send a couple of messages. It's a lot going on during the show, and whoever's doing the shout-outs and looking at it, it can be difficult sometimes, and I always feel bad if I find out that you chimed in or something and we missed that, So please always know that that has nothing to do with you or anything else. It's probably a lot to do with Uncle Alex's Bloody Marys and who's drinking them in here, okay? To be honest with you. But always know we appreciate everything that all of you do for Tiki Man Radio, and of course all of our sponsors. Thank you to all of our sponsors that support Tiki Man Radio and make all this possible. Without our support from you and our sponsors, all of this would just go away. So we really appreciate everybody's support. All right, so I've got some clips I've put together for you. We're going to kind of guide you through what a normal show would be like with some old clips, and we're still going to throw in the JBL travel moment and the almanac and all that stuff, So I hope you enjoy the show, and we will be back next week with another edition of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man live, okay? So have a great day, everybody, and sit back and relax and enjoy the best of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. All right, so let's get this day started off right the island way with some positive vibes. Let's see if I can get over here, and it's going to be another beautiful day. Happy Sunday to you, everybody. Almanac coming up, and then we're going to do some education for people that come here from California and Ohio and all these other places, right? Florida.
I'm going to sit down by the sea. Life's gonna be just a little bit slower. Maybe this year she'll notice me. When I look into her eyes, I feel better. And I believe we are in for some beautiful weather. Oh yeah, sunny and warm is the way I like it. Baby, you've got me so excited. Sunny and warm is the way I like it. When I'm falling in love, it ain't no crush, it's forever. When the summer is gone, we'll still be together, sunny and warm. I'm gonna tell all my friends about her. Have a picnic party on the 4th of July. I wouldn't want to go anywhere without her, but I will set her free and let her fly. I ain't got much charm or sex appeal, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell her just how I feel. Oh yeah, sunny and warm is the way I like it. Baby, you've got me so excited. Sunny and warm is the way I like it. When I'm falling in love, it ain't no question, it's forever. When the summer is gone, we'll still be together, sunny and warm. It ain't
From the Paradise Way Tiki Bar in Indiana to your Tiki Bar, Tiki Man Radio is your soundtrack of summer.
Well, I caught a little look upon the evening breeze. The turquoise sea, it speaks to me, my mind's at ease. An ice cold gold Corona, blocking out what I don't wanna see, like on TV. Well, I'm looking good and smiling big, I got it made. Just wait until the evening sun pulls down the sheet. A long tall senorita, making a margarita just for me. Ooh-wee. Waiting for the rising tide that'll lift my boat to freedom. All the girls in Cozumel, I just can't wait to meet them. I need another Jose day. Well, I'm dreaming about my getaway to a purple sunset and a pumpkin moon. I'll be doing nothing, just doing nothing. Calls my name in 20 shades of blue. I need a cold mojito, gotta get away from where I'm at. I could flat do that, waiting for the rising tide that'll lift my boat to freedom. All the girls in Cozumel, I just can't wait to meet them. I need another Jose day. Well, I'm dreaming about my getaway to a purple sunset and a pumpkin moon. I'll be doing nothing, just doing nothing. I love doing nothing. I'll be doing nothing, just doing.
Tiki Man, King David, checking in from Southampton. The beach was nice this morning. And
Next year or so is the almanac. I'm a very big history guy. I love diving into history and stuff, so I thought it would be kind of cool to kind of go back and take a small clip of what happened on this day back in history and throw in some history of the radio station or the tiki bar or something you may or may not know. So this is this week's almanac. anyway, so all I wanted to do was go to the beach. You know, I'd been there a few days, and we'd been down to the beach, but I hadn't had a beach day. Now, for everybody that knows me, knows that I am a beach guy, and I can't wait to get to the beach. And the beaches of Dominican Republic are absolutely gorgeous.
They were beautiful.
It's a shame you people can't allow to get sand in your shoes and stuff, because
I loved the beach.
I'm telling you, the turquoise water down there and getting out in the ocean, it was fan-freaking-tastic. So all I wanted to do that morning was get down to the beach, and I was so excited about it. I went down by myself, which I generally do at some point in time or another. I got to get away from these people at some point, you know. And so I went down.
And we're okay with that.
There's a nice tiki bar there, and I got to say, Juan was the bartender at the little tiki bar there on the beach and made the best mimosas on the whole island. Okay. Ironically enough, Larice doesn't go to the beach, but I ran into her there at the tiki bar.
I have to try out every bar at the resort
If there's a
at least
bar,
once.
I'm going to run into her there for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's quality control.
So all I wanted to do was get down to the beach and get me a place and you know, lay out and get, you know, all that kind of stuff. Just take it all in. Take in what the island is all about, you know. So I'm laying there. Well, here comes this lady. Now, I think she had been drunk since last Tuesday. Okay, and I don't think she gets out much. All right, she was from upstate New York, and all she wanted to do was get on her phone. Okay, now she's very, very loud. Right, very loud. Now, everybody. I mean, there are people sleeping on the canopy beds on the beach. All right. Everybody's got, you know, you got your, I mean, the staff there would bring you drinks, you know. You want something to drink? Yeah, absolutely. I'd love a pina colada or whatever. Be right back, you know. They bring it to you, you know, and it's such a gorgeous, beautiful day, and the waves are perfect. The sea was, you know, clear. There wasn't nothing in the water.
No seaweed. It was beautiful.
Seaweed. It was absolutely gorgeous, right? So I'm just taking it all in. Here she comes. And she's got her phone. And she's like, "You ain't going to believe this, but yesterday was a nightmare. First of all, we missed our plane by 3 hours. And then they canceled the flight. So that made us miss our flight to Charlotte, which made us miss our flight to Chicago, which made us miss our flight to Dallas, which made us miss our flight to Los Angeles, and then over into Texas and all this other. We missed all those flights. So we were delayed by 9 hours getting here. It was a disaster. And then they lost their luggage. I can't imagine what, you know, the whole time she's screaming into her phone, and there's obviously people, you know, in the background. She's like, "Hey, Charlotte, how are you?" You know, she's very, very loud, right? Just disturbing. People are starting to wake up in their beds, right?
There's all these people asleep on the beach.
As far as you can see, there's
Everybody's
canopy
quiet.
beds, and they got these screens over them, you know, and these curtains, and everybody's just, man, this is paradise, right? Well, here she goes,
Relaxing,
right? And she's been drunk for days. At some point on this trip where she missed her flight and she lost her luggage and all this other stuff, you know, she started drinking, and by the time she got there, she was drunk. Okay. And you know how I can't stand a bunch of drunks.
Oh, no.
And but she was so loud. And then, you know, I'm thinking, God, that's kind of, you know, so I put my earbuds in, listen to a little bit of music or whatever, you know, and then I'd take my earbuds out. She's on the phone with somebody else telling the same story. Now, she told this same story 5, 6, 7 times to different people on Facebook. FaceTime with people back home. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And every time she got to the point where she lost her luggage, she says, "And do you know how much tampons cost down here?" And like, we're all like,
the whole time I'm listening to this story, I'm feeling bad for this guy, you know, this with
the guy she's with.
Yeah, it's horrible for him.
Yeah.
I'm like, God bless him.
And she was in this contraption of a bikini with strings and straps and things everywhere that she didn't need to be wearing. Okay. I got to tell you, you really need to look in the mirror before you put stuff on and go out in public, okay? Because they were strings in places that didn't no longer fit. And she fell down several times, and then she went out to the water and fell straight into it. And those strings was wrapped around her head and all this stuff. And there's things we saw that burns your eyes for sure.
Can't unsee that.
You can't unsee that. No. It was horrible. Well, here comes Donna and Michelle Myers, and they get them a little place, 2 or 3 chairs down below me or beside me, and Michelle runs off to get something to drink or whatever, and Donna's sitting there, and she's starting to notice this because this lady is right behind her.
Yeah.
And she's starting to look around or whatever, and I went over, I said, now listen to me. Here's what's going to happen. She's going to tell you exactly about her trip and how many times it got canceled and when she lost her luggage. And do you know how much tampons cost down here? Because I do. It's $25 a box. And I told her the whole story. And it was like it was scripted. She called somebody else and starts telling the whole story all over again. And Donna was getting pissed, right? Because we're trying to enjoy the morning, I mean, it's what the hell, I mean, if you're relaxing, it's all over with now. You're here. Let's enjoy it. But it was horrible.
Oh my goodness.
So she goes back out to the water, and Donna's like, I think she's drowning. How is your life-saving skills? And I'm like, I'm going to have to think about it. I don't know. This looks like a pretty good opportunity if you ask me.
Oh, my goodness.
She didn't come back.
Well, yeah. Yeah, what happened to that lady? I don't know.
Don't know. Didn't see her again.
That's right.
Well, we saw her at dinner. We saw
you did?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We saw her at dinner because Michelle recognized her, and she was...
Yeah.
She was semi-okay sitting upright in her chair at that point. And then I think later that night, when this was the day we went ziplining, we were so tired.
Yeah.
And then I went straight back after dinner. I went straight back to the room. You were still sitting on the balcony. And then all that ruckus went on. And you started saying, hey, look, it's that girl.
Yeah, she was.
Oh, my goodness.
She
really?
was down below us.
Yeah.
And you've got that one person that has that laugh, right?
Yes.
That you could hear it in the mall with thousands of people.
Oh, my word.
She's got that voice and that laugh, and she was right down below us, and
It was loud.
it was very loud. Very loud.
Was she with a guy?
Yeah.
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 So you did.
Poor dude.
Poor dude,
Poor
yeah.
dude.
That poor bastard just wanted to kill himself. I mean, I don't
Poor
blame
dude
him.
had to keep up with her the whole time. Oh, my gosh.
If they'd have made an announcement that there was a suicide below us, I'd have been like, well, I understand that. You couldn't take it anymore, There's always that guy, like you wake up and you hear the news and it's like, well, this guy was arrested because he stabbed this woman 74 times. And you're like, I understand. I get it. I understand. I just couldn't take it no more.
If you remember, the butter knives were kind of sharp at the end.
They were, weren't they? Yes, they were.
Yes.
There must be a reason.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, it was horrible, but
That's funny.
Sorry we missed her.
I'm glad we missed
Me
her.
too.
We were having a good time in the spa.
Spa day was a lot nicer.
well.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's the name of that liquor again? What's it called?
It's a mezcal.
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 Now, I never.
400 conejos.
Okay. What she said.
It's like good stuff.
Conejos.
Yeah.
You're getting good, Heather.
Not
Getting
close.
better. I'm listening.
Yeah.
I call it the cigar drink because it tastes like a cigar. It's very, very strong. He loves it.
Yeah.
I mean, when he found that they had it, he was
All over it.
He was all over it. And of course, he's like, you got to try this. You got to try this. And I did. I had a couple of them with him. Because if he's happy, I'm happy, right? That's how we drink.
That's how my world rolls.
Anyway, so when we got to the airport, we we decided that when you walk through security there's liquor and cigarettes and everything everywhere, right?
Duty free.
And they had some of this. Now it was what was it? The rabbit something?
400 conejos, 400 rabbits.
What's really? Why can't you just say 400 rabbits?
Because that's not what it's called.
It's called Cuatro Cientos.
Yeah, 400. In America, it's 400 rabbits. Right. And so they had it, and he bought a bottle of it, and so then we
Not
all
cheap.
And no,
not cheap, like $65 a bottle or something, which is like 9,000
he was so happy to find
or something.
this, right?
Everything down there is in pesos, so when you're buying something, it'll say $255, for a Coca-Cola or something. It's like, okay, it's pesos, right? Anyway, so we go through in this airport. Amazingly, we come through. There's our gate right there.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to go far. We didn't have to do anything.
Peso.
Everything's going great. We've had a fantastic week. Everything's just fantastic, right?
No fights. Everybody's getting along awesome.
That's right. The only person got sick was me.
Yeah, well, hey, somebody's got to do it.
And I told y'all it was going to happen, but you didn't listen. Oh, you're an asshole. No.
I'm sorry, baby.
Anyway, so we're standing there, and the girls decide they want to go shopping or whatever, and the bottle was in a bag, and it was top heavy, right? And we were just moving around. We're just we're just killing time. We got to the airport because they say you have to get to the airport like 19 hours before your flight, okay? And we got to the airport in
record time.
So we left at like 6, and I believe we were there at 6:45.
Yeah, we surely were.
Yeah,
there was no traffic.
The flight don't leave till 11.
11:10 is when the flight left.
So we're just killing time, we went to Margaritaville, got some breakfast. That was really good.
It was good.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. But we're standing there, and the bottle must have moved, or we moved, or whatever, and it was top heavy. And
what happened was I saw it happen. The bag was sitting here. The other bag was sitting on top, the carry-on bag, and it was latched on to the handle of the carry-on bag. And it was because the carry-on bag was a little heavy and everything. And then the other bag was making it a little top heavy. It started going whee, boom.
No, that's what it was. Oh.
And so then when it hit the ground, I heard something.
You can't hear a nitroglycerin truck going through it.
Okay, I didn't hear it exactly, but I heard something, but I didn't hear glass breaking.
Right.
But all of a sudden, I started seeing tequila shooting out the side of the bag.
It's not really
and I was
tequila.
like, what? Yes, it is. It's mezcal. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay, it's a fancy fancy tequila. Let's get back to the story.
Not. It's its own thing.
Okay.
It's okay.
Anyway,
the alcohol
is shooting out like a fountain from the side of the bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, Flies! Your bag is peeing.
Yeah. Flash, your bag is peeing. Now the rednecks come out.
I want to make a correction. It was Louise's bag and Louise's carry-on, and I was kind of like rolling it out
while
there.
I was out buying
and
stuff.
I forgot that it was top heavy, and she was off shopping and shopping and shopping.
She'd been right with us the whole morning, and when she disappeared,
it all fell apart.
Okay. Now you know why I carry the passports.
That's right.
Anyway, long story short, here's what really happened.
We are still married,
That
though.
is what really happened. I saw it happen in real time.
So it falls over and it busts. Right now, it's
it
running.
busted, yeah.
It's running across the busy airport.
Yes, and people are so.
And so we start. It starts out small.
It did, but then the whole bottle starts emptying.
Apparently, the whole airport is unlevel. It leans a little bit to the right because it's running.
It is Mexico.
It is running right. And so we're trying to block people, and it's right where the board is where you check your flights.
Right. And we're trying to block people from...
People are looking up. They're not looking down. They're not... I mean, who the hell's looking for a bottle of...
Mezcal.
Yeah, that's running across there. And we're saying, watch your step, watch your step, watch your step. And we're thinking somebody with security or somebody that's cleaning.
Restaurant, right there.
Yeah.
Margaritaville restaurant sucks when it comes to helping out.
They could not have cared less.
They could not care. I mean, we're within maybe 3 feet of the chairs that goes into Margaritaville. They're like, no, there's our mops for our place.
Yeah, of the maitre d' that stands out and puts you into.
She was useless.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to get mad, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Enter the lady with the dog.
Enter the and now she's having a fun time now that
Watching.
Yeah.
Watching
like
and
a
laughing.
Show.
Yeah.
And of course Mo was there, right?
Yeah, Mo,
Bless her heart.
actually,
I'm gonna
Mo
tell you,
was there.
Everybody kept her cool
Mo
except
is
for me.
always willing to jump in and fix something, right?
Yeah.
And she was there. She goes and gets one napkin. And that, and it was a little square one, and that wasn't going to do anything. And then, she goes off and tries to find a cleaning lady. They go off and try to find a cleaning.
I'm still trying to find Larice.
Because we're thinking, she speaks Spanish, she can go and get in somebody's ass, and we can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, Larice went and stole a wet floor sign.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Caution wet floor sign.
From the Chanel perfume shop.
And then she came back, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and we kept trying to put more napkins surrounding it so that it wouldn't just keep getting bigger, and people all the while we're trying to stop people from walking through there because somebody's going to break a hip.
Yeah, we're dragging.
Or have a head injury,
we're
like
dragging garbage cans.
That's right. I was going to say, don't forget the trash cans.
Yeah, we're bringing the trash cans
over there.
Up,
we're putting circles around, little barriers around.
Let me say, 15 minutes have gone by.
And nobody official gives a fig.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So that we go over, or they go over. I think the hippie chick went and stole.
I stole the ladies. I stole the cleaning cart.
It was cleaning the bathroom.
But nobody was there, so I couldn't ask.
Here she comes with her cart.
I come with the cleaning cart and the mop and the whole janitor's cleaning cart, so I'm like,
this is where people start giving her pesos. Good job. Thank you. You did a great job.
This French couple who was sitting there watching us all laughing, they ran up to me and handed me 2 pesos.
Yeah.
And here I go. Here's
because they sure as hell wasn't going to get off their ass and get some napkins.
Oh, no.
And they were just laughing and thought it was funny, but so I got 2 pesos out of the mopping deal.
Right.
And so then the lady who was actually, it was her cart.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. She came up and
this was the bad part.
Now this was kind of funny.
I didn't think it was funny. I
thought it was funny.
Are you kidding me?
She came to the cart to get a roll of toilet paper off, saw what we were doing, and then she left again.
She went back to the bathrooms to clean the bathrooms.
Right.
It's like, you got this, right? You got this, right?
And then she did finally come back.
No, it's a different lady.
No, it's a different lady.
It was a different lady. Her cart.
Oh, okay. The cart I had was the lady who finally came in the end. And she came up and she said, this is my cart. And I said, oh, okay, here you go. And
here's your mop.
And I'm like, so
here's your floor.
In the meantime, I'm mopping up the tequila, and then she said she finally got it, and then we all gave her a real tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all gave her money. Everybody applauded.
See what you missed, Uncle Alex?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, and Mo says she has pictures of me mopping.
She does.
I got the pesos to prove it.
And she wanted to correct you. She got you 2 napkins.
That's right.
And then she says that's because that's all Margaritaville would give her.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 napkins.
I knew if Mo was out there, she would correct me on something. But it was quite the spectacle. But the airport in Cancun couldn't care less.
Not even a little bit.
You couldn't find a manager. You couldn't find anybody. And
security was non-existent.
Everybody's like, oh, the security is they're gonna the dogs are they're gonna guns, and none of that.
None of that.
They'll
None of
take
that.
your bologna sandwich, but they're not going to clean up your
They're not going to
spilled
clean
mezcal.
up. Yeah, and they're all like, don't worry about it. Well, we
Yeah.
knew somebody was going to fall.
Somebody was going to get hurt.
Absolutely.
It was that big of a puddle. Somebody was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
So we saw it to the end, and
Yeah. You got to see it to the end because
took
you
up a good
can't leave
hour.
that.
Yeah. So we're short one bottle of mezcal coming home.
yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
it was okay. You know, it's just not meant to be. It wasn't meant to be.
They didn't
Guess
want you
not.
to drink that mezcal.
No, guess not.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm very proud of this peso.
As well you should be. You worked hard for that, girl.
Where's the other one?
The other one I think is in the car. I think I dropped out in the car on the ride home, but I got the 1 peso right
Right.
here. But I got two pesos.
8 cents each.
That's right. Mm-hmm. It's my peso. Dave Freeman says, hashtag pesos for the hippie chick.
That's right.
Loving you's like frying bacon naked. Will you tempt me, darling, and you torture me? Loving you's like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. Lord, you think I'd know? You think I'd learn? A man falls in love, a man's gonna get burned. But all I asked from you is this solemn pledge. Oh, you can burn the bacon, but please don't scorch the sausage. Loving you's like frying bacon naked. Well, you tempt me, darling, and you torture me. Loving you's like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. What made God put thorns on the rose? He got his reason, I suppose. But what makes a woman wanna put her man like coal fat back in a hot frying pan? Loving you's like frying bacon naked. Well, you tempt me, darling, and you torture me. Woo, loving you like frying bacon naked. And that's how I feel when you get through with me. Sweet Louise, baby, that's how I feel when you get through with me. Young lady, woo.
You keep making the drinks, we'll keep spinning the tunes. Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com. What could possibly go wrong?
I heard a story lately, a story that's been told. Yeah, it circulates and percolates, but it never gets old. Down from New England for a little key to happiness. You've been living life the best since you found the key to happiness. It's called Key West. You flew into Miami, picked up the rent-a-car, found religion on the 7-mile bridge, and then you found the nearest bar. You can see your life changing right before your eyes. All this rearranging has caught you by surprise. Then you found the Conch Republic, washed up upon her shore, and all it took was your first look. You knew you wanted more. Now there's fun in December, no more snow and ice. For a local bartender, that's a piece of paradise. Piece of paradise. Say goodbye to the 9 to 5. Kiss off all of your stress. Now that you've discovered the key to happiness, you've been living life the best since you found the key to happiness. It's called Key West. Without a plan, you made the run down Highway 1. Now you understand. The story has no ending. There's always more to say. You sold the car, got a job in the bar. It's like vacation with pay. Follow the highway till you run out of land. Then meet me on Friday with our toes in the sand. Toes in the sand. Say goodbye to the 9 to 5. Kiss off all of your stress. Now that you've discovered the key to happiness, you've been living life the best since you found the key to happiness. It's called Key West. Called Key West. Yeah. Called Key West. It's called Key West.
I hope you're enjoying the best of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Make sure you hit that like button down there. That's the one on the left, okay? And that helps us out tremendously. Thank you so much for everything that all of you do for Tiki Man Radio and being a part of the Sunday show. Are you looking for signs for your backyard oasis? Maybe for your tiki bar, or maybe you just want a pink flamingo in your yard. Well, let me tell you about Cammie's Grammys. That's what they do. Cammie's Grammys is just a beachy flamingo-loving girl from Wisconsin who's landlocked in Missouri and crazy about signs. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the Cammie's Grammys logo and reach out to her. They custom fit signs to your order, made right here in the USA. That's Cammie's Grammys. Everybody needs a pink flamingo in their yard. Are you looking to take your music and your show to the next level? Alan Jacks Bowers Mudcut South Studios is your full-service production facility, providing professional drum and percussion tracks in-house or remote, as well as full production, mixing, and mastering with world-class studio musicians available. Jax is also available for performances and touring. With over 30 years experience as a musician and 20 years experience producing, Alan Jax Bowers Mud Cut South Studios will take your show or your music to the next level. Reach out to Jax today at alanjaxbowers.com. Jax has worked with the best in the business all over the world, and he can bring that talent to your music and your show. So stop getting frustrated and stop worrying about it. Reach out to alanjaxbowers.com and step into the big show. Reach out to him today and make sure you tell him that the Tiki Man sent you. Take your music to the next level. Stop worrying about it. Key West Local Lux boasts the largest selection of handmade, one-of-a-kind jewelry as well as pearls in the Keys, and the real thing at the best price. Now that's nice. It's the most exotic selection too. That's Key West Local Lux, located at 515 Fleming Street in beautiful Key West, Florida. Stop by the store and say hi to Barb, who's the owner. If you're not down in the Keys, make sure you tune in for the Pretty Party every Thursday at 6 p.m. live on Facebook. That's Key West Local Lux down in the Keys. If you're coming down to Key West, you might as well look pretty. Stop by the store and say hi to Barb. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you. Key West Local Lux, 515 Fleming Street, Key West, Florida. Proud sponsor of Tiki Man Radio. Are you looking to get away to your secret paradise? Are you looking to come to Chattanooga? You've heard me talk about the beautiful city that I grew up in and the surrounding area here in Harrison Bay. Well, Golden's Alluring Getaway is your secret hideaway. Just a mile and a half from the Tiki Bar, and our good friends the Goldens will take good care of you. It's safe, it's secure, and it's Tiki Man approved. When you use the code word Tiki Man, you get 20% off. Go over to TikiManRadio.com and click on the link for Golden's Alluring Getaway and schedule your secret getaway right here in Harrison Bay. That's Golden's Alluring Getaway. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you.
Wow. Everybody get you a ticket.
That's a lot of taxes right there.
That is a lot.
Yeah, there was
of
a guy who actually figured that up, and he said, depending upon where you live, different tax rates and everything, basis, out of 1.6 billion, you'll probably only end up with about 437 million.
Oh, gee, well,
I don't think that's right, but
that's what he said.
Even still, I mean, come on.
See, that's the world we're living in, right? The guy is bitching about having $460 million.
Right.
Yesterday, he had $25 in the bank.
That's right.
And he's it ain't really worth it to win it because you're only going to get $465 million. What a dumbass.
I know, right?
What a dumbass for people to say stuff like that, because it's free money, okay? It doesn't matter if you end up. When's the last time somebody gave you $1 million, right? Because when they have those big lottery drawings, right?
Yeah.
They pay out 1 million winners. There'll be 10 or 12 of those. Like it's chump change, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the people who got the 1 million after taxes, all right, they only end up with 600,000. They're still pretty damn happy about
yes,
it.
They are.
600,000 ahead.
But there's always that guy who says, well, I ain't going to do that. I mean, y'all going to end up with $645 million. Well, that ain't even worth playing.
Oh, come on.
What a dumbass. What a dumbass. But
and
anyway.
I actually
don't get me started on that. That drives me crazy.
He lives in California.
There's always that guy. There's always
one.
Yeah.
15%.
And I actually know somebody who won the big pot many years ago, and he's able to take care of his kids, bought them all houses, bought a golf course and a marina.
I ain't gonna play because I'm only gonna get $645 million out of it.
Yeah.
What the hell kind of winning is that?
Beth says it's hardly worth buying the ticket.
I know.
Yeah,
That's just proof positive. I don't care where you go. There's a dumbass in every crowd. Okay.
I mean, it's just what, $2 nowadays?
$2 for a ticket. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the hippie chick discovered, she's been having trouble driving, right?
Oh, yes.
And
I've been having trouble driving.
She's been experimenting with all kinds of things, but I think she may have discovered what the problem is.
Oh, what happened? What did you find out?
Now, I know you guys are going to laugh because I am an old white woman.
An old white woman.
Well, I'm old too. I mean, I can't say much.
But, so I
they didn't know that.
I have this crazy anxiety all of a sudden in the last 2 years about driving. And so I've tried all kinds of things. I don't know. I've tried this. I've tried that. I've tried different types of music to mellow me out. I've tried different things, breathing techniques. None of that's working. You know what's working for me right now?
What's working? I'm curious.
Hardcore gangster rap. You know what I do? That's right.
I am the DOG.
I tell my no, I'm not the DOG. I'm the triple OG.
Oh, the triple OG.
That means I'm the triple O gangster.
There you go.
Or I could be the triple old grandma.
Yeah.
Right? Because I am a grandma.
Yeah, no, you are a grandma. Yeah, that's
Gangsta
true.
grandma.
Gangsta grandma.
I can just see the key of bumping,
So
pumping some
any
fat
of you
beats.
out there who have listened to rap in the past, apparently I'm loving NWA.
Well, there you go.
And the Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
And Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Really? You don't like Easy? I don't mind a little Easy now and then.
I like
a little
Easy,
bit of Nas too.
That's what I've been listening to.
Oh, okay.
So when I get in my car, I have to, I have to get my head right for going around, and I'm not doing that anymore. I just put on some gangster rap, and I'm out the door, and I can travel around without any anxiety.
Well, one of the channels, and because I got Sirius XM in the vet,
it's funny for me
I've got LL Cool J Radio, which is old school rap, and there's times, I got to crank it up, and that thing came with a factory 12 sub in the back. I'll get that 12 bumping, man. It's good.
No, it's a little more hard.
Excited about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Actually, I am. I really am.
Snoop Dogg's
going to be on
all
there.
the OG gangsters out there.
Oh, gosh. Too funny, but I was like, what is wrong with me?
Scotty says, I don't even know y'all anymore.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
No, we go a little harder than that.
That's true, yeah. Things that we cannot play on this.
No, we can't play it on the radio. But
it's not radio appropriate.
But
Alan's going, Easy-E.
Oh, yeah. Easy-E's awesome, man.
No, but see, funny thing is, one of the songs, I was playing it for the Goldens last night. It's called Still, and it's from the Ghetto Boys.
I know that song.
And there's a line in there, and he goes, I drive around town with a frown on my face. And I'm like, that's me. I'm the triple OG.
There you go.
Well, I think we just figured out the hippie chick's new show.
No.
Gangsta rap with the hippie chick.
No.
Riding dirty?
No.
Oh, this ain't gangster rap.
No.
This I ain't got none of that crap. One of the cool things that I've been able to do over the last 10 years or so in radio and now video is interview some really cool people. I've interviewed famous people. I've interviewed people that's never been on the radio before. I remember when, X amount of trop rock artists never heard their song on the radio before, and we did that for them. So it's really cool to be able to bring them on the show, have a deep interview with them, and let them talk. The key to a good interview is listening. Listening is a skill, and allowing people to talk. So here is one of those interviews that I thought you might enjoy. Get the man himself in here. Let's see here. Mr. Ronnie McDowell, how you doing this morning?
Hey.
Can you hear us okay?
I'm doing unbelievable.
Are you on your phone?
I hear you great.
Okay, are you on your phone? You might want.
I'm on my phone.
Yeah, see if you can turn it sideways. Turn it sideways and see if we can get you a better, a broader picture. Yeah, here we go. There we go. There we go.
Don't get dizzy.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. That's perfect, man. I don't know. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I was 2 summers ago. You were up in Spring City and playing at a buddy of mine's. They was having a summer party. Jerry Long, his neighbor, had you up there, and my brother Andy was up there in the video with you, and you was having a good time up there in Spring City 2 summers ago, 2022.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course, I have fun everywhere I go.
Well, buddy, I cannot thank you enough for taking the time to be on Tiki Man Radio this morning, and we sure do appreciate you being here.
Well, hey, I'm more than happy to be with you, and I appreciate you considering playing Mary Joanna. And I will tell you, it's about a beautiful island girl, and she's she in the video. I don't know if you've seen the TikTok video yet, but she is absolutely beautiful, and we have so many people in the video. We have Elvis Presley, we have Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Snoop Dogg, and Kid Rock.
Oh, wow. That's quite a collection.
Of course, all of them are puppets except Kid.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, I guess this has been, I'm sure you've done thousands and thousands of interviews, and everybody always goes back to 1977. But I want to give you my spin on it. Okay, I was fortunate enough to grow up in the '60s, and in 1977, I'm 10 years old. Okay, and I'm on my bicycle. All right, and my mom let me know that Elvis had passed away. And, I mean, it was one of those things where you always know where you were at when you got the news. And
yeah, I totally agree. It was kind of like the same thing with me. I was driving in my Camaro in Nashville, and I had just rehearsed with my band. We were playing in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and Elvis had this song out called Moody Blue. You remember that song?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I told the boys, I said, I know that's a #1 record right now. I said, but I want to learn an old Elvis song. So we did Return to Sender.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so I got in my car, and I was driving down by Metro Center in Nashville. And I never will forget it because I looked at my clock. Now, my number is 222. And it was 2:22 in the afternoon. And the DJ goes, Elvis Presley has passed away. Well, I thought it was a joke. So I turned it to every station, and every one of them was saying the same thing. Before I got to Bowling Green, I was a songwriter at that time. And before I got to Bowling Green, every bit of this just came to me out of the blue. I was barely 6 years old when I first heard him sing. And somehow I knew from that moment on it'd be a lifetime thing. Little did I know, in 1 week from that day, that would sell 1 million records in a week.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And of course, we're talking about the King Is Gone, the song that came out, and that's kind of what I was alluding to. Is that song when that hit the airwaves, and you were unknown at the time or whatever, but you really did heal the world through that song, man. I mean, that was amazing.
Well, I have a friend up in Baltimore. He owns the Baltimore Orioles and the world's largest comic book distributorship. But he told me, he said, Ronnie, my life goes like this: God, family, country, and Elvis Presley, and that's it. And he said, I do want you to know that when I heard The King Is Gone, that helped me heal.
Yeah.
And exactly what you just said.
Yeah, it was an amazing time. I mean, I was very fortunate to grow up with heroes in my lifetime, and John Wayne, Evel Knievel, and of course Elvis. And I had 2 posters on my wall, and one of them was an Elvis Presley poster, and the other one was one we called the nipple poster, which was Farrah Fawcett.
You had that one too?
Hey, that was the world's largest selling poster.
I think every guy had that poster.
Hey, guess what? I had that poster too.
But, so that really kind of puts you in the spotlight, that song. And, man, what an amazing career you have had because of that.
Yeah, thanks to Elvis. I want to tell you a story. When that song hit that afternoon, I dropped by this little AM station 1 mile from Colonel Tom Parker's house in Madison, Tennessee. I walked in, and I had an acetate. And I said, would y'all play this? And this girl goes, well, we don't do that just off the street. And I said, well, it's about Elvis Presley. And the DJ heard me and he said, come here. So I went back there and he said, let me hear that. So he listened to it and he goes, you stand right there. I'm going to play this, see if you get any reaction. Now, here's what happened. It wasn't even a fourth into the groove, into the song, and all of his phone lines lit up. And he goes, damn, something's wrong with my phone. and he had to play it for 3 solid hours.
Wow.
So Channel 5 News called. And they said, can we come out and interview you for the 5 o'clock news? And I said, well, sure.
Yeah.
And it was chaotic and crazy. So then I left there and I went down to the biggest pop rock station in Nashville, WKDA at the time. And I did the same thing. And she goes, well, we're the number. We don't do stuff like that. Again, some guy in the hallway heard me telling that story, what had been going on. He said, let me see that. So he took it back and listened to it. He said, hey, you stand right here. I'm going to play this. And I said, you are? So he come out 3 minutes later and he goes, you have jammed our phones. You've got a monster.
Wow. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I mean, what we do here at Tiki Man Radio for the past 10 years really is we support the independent artists really around the world, and to me, that's kind of what you were doing at the time. You were a songwriter trying to get your name out there, being an independent guy, and all of these artists that we support, they're doing the same thing. They're playing in a bar here, there, whatever, just waiting for that big break,
Yeah, I totally get it. And Conway Twitty, he was like my dad, and I opened the shows for 8 years, and he always told me, he said, there is no secret formula. He said, you have to be in the right place at the right time. And if it happens, you got to be able to back it up.
That's right.
And so he had the best philosophies on planet Earth.
Boy, I tell you, Conway Twitty was a smooth guy, man. I mean, that was what a guy to have a mentor. I'm sure he was a mentor for you as well, right?
Oh, Lord, he was. He wanted me to ride with him all the time. And I never will forget, we was going to Louisville, play the Louisville Gardens, and he said, I see where you're going to be on TV Monday night, Ralph Emery show. And I said, yes, sir. And he said, well, let me just tell you this. He goes, that camera bears your soul. They're going to know who you are. I said, what do you mean? He said, I just told you, they'll see who you are. And sometimes, even to this day, when I see the news and I see some of these politicians, I'm like Dracula going by a mirror. Ooh.
I know that's right. Yeah. Well, it's funny you mention that because one of the things we don't do here is we don't do the news and we don't do politics. And
me neither.
We don't do any of that because people come here to get away from that, and that's, there's nothing that brings the world together, kind of like what happened to you with that song, than music. In any culture, anywhere you go, anywhere around the world, music brings people together.
That's the truth. And last night here at the Donahoe Hotel in Red Bowling Springs, we did a live show. We've been doing it for 4 years, and there was a preacher here last night, a pastor, and he had the big old black hairdo, dark skin, big old pompadour. And when we did the new song, Mary Jo Wanna, he was laughing so hard. And he come up to me and he goes, Ronnie, that is now my favorite song. And I said, well, let me just tell you this. If I can impress a pastor with Mary Jo Wanna, then I've got a hit.
You, my friend, have really made it now. All that other stuff, 5 million copies of that song, you have really made it now,
Yeah, I mean, that was, but every time we do this song, we get the same reaction. The first person I played Mary Jo Wanna for was Johnny Rodriguez. And he laughed so hard. And he goes, do you have any idea what you've done? I said, what do you mean, Johnny? He said, Ronnie, you're going to reach a whole new audience from 14 to 80 with this song. Well, that's what's been going on. It's crazy. But the new video comes out tomorrow. The whole video. I can't wait till you see that.
Yeah. We'll try to play that on the show next Sunday for sure. Once it gets out there and let everybody see it, because it sounds pretty cool with everybody you got in it. And then slowly you got into doing movies and back backgrounds, music, and stuff like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I did American Bandstand. I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I got a phone call, and it was Dick Clark. And I didn't believe it at first, but then I started listening to the voice, and I went, wow, this is really Dick Clark. And he goes, Ronnie, there's a private jet for you at the Baton Rouge airport. Get on it, get some rest. You're on American Bandstand tomorrow.
Nice.
I didn't sleep a wink.
I bet.
And so when I landed at the airport, they put me on a helicopter, and they landed me right in front of the ABC lot. They rushed me into makeup. I'm looking in the mirror, and here comes Dick Clark. I said, wow, Dick Clark, I can't believe I'm on here. And he said, Ronnie, you've sold 1 million records in a week. You're number 9, and that never happens. He said, you deserve to be here. So after I said, well, Mr. Clark, I'm so glad y'all pantomime because I don't know this song at all, hardly. It's just, it ain't even 2 weeks old. And he goes, Ronnie, we don't do that anymore. And my heart froze, and I said, please don't tell me that. He said, Ronnie, you'll have cue cards underneath the camera, but when that red light comes on, there'll be 80 million people watching you.
No pressure.
But I want you to know, when I never missed a syllable or a note. And it was so crazy. I think Elvis was hanging out with me, but after that, Dick Clark said, Ronnie, I'm doing a movie about Elvis Presley starring Kurt Russell. And I want you to be Elvis Presley's voice. And I did 38 songs in that movie. Kurt Russell got an Emmy, and it was Movie of the Year in 1978.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What a great story.
So obviously, I mean, Elvis is, was he always a big influence on you before all this stuff started?
When I was 3 years old in Portland, Tennessee, my hometown, I was going around the house in 1953 singing Hank Williams, Your Cheating Heart, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
And then my sister would go to Randy's record shop in Gallatin. It was world famous. And Randy Wood owned Dot Records and Pat Boone. But anyway, she would bring home all these unbelievable records, Fats Domino, Little Richard, the Platters, everybody. But one day she brought this record home. It's called Hound Dog. And I listened to that over and over and over. And my mother had 11 of us, and she had to work all the time. And I'll get to that in a second. But anyway, Mother come in there and took that needle off of that record. She said, you ain't going to listen to that no more. So then she went and got in the cab and went to work, and I turned it over, and the song was Don't Be Cruel, and I ain't been the same since.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, and a big family there, 11 brothers and sisters?
Yep, and when that record hit, The King Is Gone, that Friday afternoon, Mother was mopping the floor at a truck stop. I walked in, I said, Mother, take your apron off. You don't have to work again. And this truck driver, she said, son, can't you see I'm working? I said, no, Mother, you don't have to work anymore. So this truck driver had heard the song, and he said, Georgia May, don't you know what's going on with that boy? She said, no. And I said, Mother, come out to the car. Now, here's the God's truth. I turned the radio on, and that song, The King Is Gone, was on every station.
Wow.
Pop, rock, country. And she never worked again till she died.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. You got to take care of Mama. That's right.
Awesome.
That's fantastic. I mean, and of course, was there other Elvis movies that you played in as well?
Well, Priscilla Presley called me after that, the success of that, and she said, Ronnie, I'm doing a movie called Elvis and Me after a #1 book I've got, and I want you to be Elvis's voice. And so I did 36 songs in that movie, and we were standing, she and I, listening to the playback, and she goes, Ronnie, I cannot tell you two apart. And I said, well, you know what that tells me, Priscilla? She said, what? And I said, tells me you didn't really know him that well.
There may be some truth to that, but and then all of a sudden, man, you get to start making your own hits. I mean, you had that big hit, obviously, but that's influenced by Elvis. Now you get to be you, right? And so these big hits like watching girls go by, and all that. Tell us how that all happened.
Well, I was a songwriter first and foremost. When I got out of Vietnam, I'm a 3-term combat veteran of the Vietnam War, 68, 69, 72. And when I got out, I started writing songs.
Thank you
the
for your
first person I wrote a song for was Johnny Cash, Porter Wagner, the Wilburn Brothers, Jeannie Shepherd, Billy Walker. I was having a ball writing songs, and then Elvis passed away, and my life went from that to that overnight.
Sure.
But after that, I wanted to be myself. There's only one Elvis.
That's right. Yeah.
Period. And so I wanted to do the songs that I wanted to do, and along came Wandering Eyes. So I did that, and that went to number 2. And then the next song came along, Older Women Make Better Lovers, and I didn't even want to do that song because I thought it was detrimental to women's ego.
Mm-hmm.
But the writer, Jamie O'Hara, who passed away 2 years ago, he came up to me and he said, Ronnie, my girlfriend's 38 and I'm 30, and I know what I'm talking about. Older women are better lovers.
Yeah, and the more, and it's really right the opposite. I mean, it's actually a compliment,
Oh, yeah, and I just didn't get it at the time, but he sat down on the couch, but I was heading to the studio. Now, here's how fate works. Fate is a hunter. It will find you. It found me that day. I was standing in line at Graceland. I stood in line all day. I got 10 feet from the gate because I was bound and determined to see Elvis Presley, dead or alive.
Mm-hmm.
They shut the gate. I didn't get in.
Oh.
After standing in line all day. Well, Steve Jeppy, the guy I told you about from Baltimore, he said, Ronnie, he gave me this. He said, fate found you that day. It plucked you out of hundreds of thousands of people and sent you back to Nashville. And if you would have got up seen Elvis, The King Is Gone would have never happened.
Isn't that amazing?
And so, yeah. And so that morning, we were going to the studio, me and my producer, Buddy Killen, and Jamie played the song one more time on the couch. I can see it right now. And I said, all right, Jamie, we'll do it. So I talked Buddy, my producer, into letting the Jordanaires gather around a microphone and do it like they did. He didn't want to do it like they did in the 50s, but I talked him into it. We did that song one time, and I walked into the studio, and Buddy goes, what else do we need to do? And I said, Buddy, I don't even know that song. He goes, listen. He said, listen. And it was a number 1 record.
Wow. Man, that's amazing. I mean, and all these, the Jordanaires, just being able to be around the Jordanaires, I mean, that had to have been huge.
Well, it was a dream come true. I always wanted them on my records because they were on Ricky Nelson and, of course, Elvis and Patsy Cline and everybody. Yeah. So in 1958, I lied to Daddy. I said, Daddy, there's a monster movie on called King Creole. Would you let me go? I was 8 years old. He didn't have a clue, but I got popcorn, I got a Coke, and I got to see Elvis Presley in black and white, 30 feet tall, sat there by myself. What if somebody had tapped me on my little shoulder and said, you see them Jordanaires up there? They're going to be on your first number 1 record. You see that drummer, DJ Fontana, you're going to work with him for 40 years. You see the guitar player, Scotty Moore, you're going to work with him for 40 years. And you see that man, Elvis Presley, you're going to be his voice in movies and TVs and all that. How could I have wrapped my mind around that?
Well, and somehow you did. Somehow or another that made such an impression on you that you always went down that road of being surrounded by those kinds of people that was a positive influence in your life.
I just really think all that was meant to be.
Yeah.
I really do think there are no coincidences. And when I sang for Elvis's 60th birthday with the Memphis Symphony, and I was at the Ramada Inn in Memphis. I got out of the shower, and that little voice on my shoulder said, look at the sink. There was nothing in the sink, but there was 2 hairs, EP. So it made the hair stand up on my neck, and I called Scotty Moore over there. Elvis, he was in the room next door, and I said, Scotty, look at them 2 hairs in that sink. And he goes, good God, get a camera. So we took a picture. of those two hairs, and I never will forget that. And this medium, when I got back to Nashville, she was a songwriter. She came over to my office. She said, Ronnie, I need to know if you've had any contact with Elvis. I said, girl, what are you talking about? She goes, Elvis Presley's trying to contact you. I said, what does he want?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. What does he want?
Yeah. And so I said, well, she said, you know me as a songwriter, but I'm a medium and I'm being serious. He's trying to contact you. I said, well, look at this picture of these two hairs in this sink Saturday night. And she goes, Ronnie, that's what I'm trying to tell you. He's trying to get a hold of you. I said, well, I wish he'd let me know what he wants.
Well, you know, I write a lot about people, you know, and signs. There are signs everywhere pointing the way, but a lot of people can't really pay attention to it. And, you know, when you saw that, that was a sign for you that either you were heading in the wrong way or it's spooky in that hotel room.
Well, let me just tell you this. That hotel caught a fire that night. Somebody was banging up. I was on the 13th floor. Somebody was banging on the door. Get out, get out. We're all going to die. And I opened up the door. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and there was fire shooting out of the elevator.
Whoa.
And so we had to put wet towels on and crawl down 13 flights, and we all stood at the bottom on the pavement looking up as the hotel was on fire. Is that not weird?
Wow, that's
very weird.
That is very weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy, man. That's unbelievable. I mean, and thank God it happened. But what do you think that means?
I don't know. I don't have a clue, but I know that that was a strange night. And I was singing for Elvis's 60th birthday, but a lot of things have correlated. Remember I told you about 222 when I heard, well, February the 22nd last week, I woke up and I looked at my mega ticket because I love playing the Powerball Mega when they get up real high. It's just fun for me.
Sure.
But anyway, I woke up and there was 4 numbers exactly right. And I went, by George, I bet I got $20. So I went to get some breakfast and I come back and got the ticket, went to the gas station and she put it in the machine. Woohoo. She said, do you realize you just hit that for $500? And I said,
wow.
Well, it is 2. I said, it is 222.
That's your lucky day, man. That's your lucky numbers for sure.
I'm telling you. I see it all the time.
Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to put you back in the green room. We're going to play Mary Joanna, all right, and let everybody hear it, and then we'll go come back and talk a little bit about it. How about that?
Yeah, let's do, because I'm really excited what's going on. Debbie Grisham and Chris McDaniel and everybody. Mike Green, everybody's work. Gary Brisendine, my friend from childhood, he's standing here. He helped me write the song, and we're all really excited what's going on with Mary Joanna.
We are too. All right, I'm going to put you back in the green room right quick, and we will come back to you just as soon as the song's over with, okay? All right, here we go. Let me go back over here. And here we go, everybody. Ronnie McDowell, Mary Joanna.
She's smoking hot.
When the troubles of the day seem to come my way, there's a place that I like to go. It's my own paradise and my peace of mind, where all my worries just float out the window. All my cares disappear like they were never here. I gotta say, it's my happy time. I don't need an excuse when we wanna get loose, and it's nobody's business but mine. I love my sweet, sweet, sweet Mary Joanna. She makes me feel so fine, like a tall glass of wine, only better. I love my sweet, sweet, sweet Mary Joanna. And I can't deny she puts me on a high. I love my sweet Mary Joanna. Every moment with her, it's like heaven on earth, especially when I'm feeling blue. She picks me up when I'm down. I won't be wearing a frown. I'll be smiling like nobody's fool. She gets me going, and I like the feeling when I need her. She lights up my day. And I love her bunches, how she gives me the munches. I eat it up like Frito-Lay. I love my sweet, sweet, sweet Mary Joanna. She makes me feel so fine, like a tall glass of wine, only better. I love my sweet, sweet, sweet Mary Joanna. And I can't deny she puts me on a high. I love my sweet Mary Joanna. So fine, like a tall glass of wine, only better. I love my sweet, sweet, sweet Mary Joanna. And I can't deny she puts me on a high. I love my sweet Mary Joanna. I love my sweet.
She's smoking hot.
Mary Joanna.
Yes. Oh. She's smoking hot. Yeah.
That's cute.
Oh, man. You talked about Debbie and Doyle Grissom. We're hoping to have Doyle on the show next week, but is he playing with you on this song?
Oh, yeah, he sure is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done this song without having Doyle Grisham, who played on every Jimmy Buffett song, but not just Jimmy Buffett. He played on all of Randy Travis's hits, and the list goes on. And it doesn't get any better than my friend Doyle Grisham and Debbie Grisham.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's it's a great tune. I mean, and you kind of dabbled around with some beach music there for a while. I mean, with was it the Drifters or the Platters? One of the two. I can't remember now.
The Drifters, yeah. That was before the lead singer, the guy that we hear, Mr. Bill Pinkney. He's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. That was the guy that every Christmas we hear going, do, 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 do. Well, that was... And so what an honor and a privilege to get to do an album with Mr. Bill Pinkney and the Drifters.
Yeah. Awesome. Have you always kind of liked beach music? I mean, how can you not like beach music, right?
I'm telling you, that music, like when we recorded this song, that music never goes out of style.
Yeah.
Like Mary Joanna, it sounds as fresh right now. With anything, it fits pop, it fits rock, it fits country. It just fits in every genre. It really does.
Yeah, and if we can get the preachers to like it like you did, we're in good company, man. We're doing pretty good, you know.
Even the church approves.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing, and even the gestures he was making.
Yeah, I mean, when you're preaching, you talk about, I'm going high up there, you know. But go ahead.
My favorite line in the song, I love every line, and I'm telling you, my brother passed away the night before this song came to me, and all we ever did Danny, was laugh and tell jokes. The last thing he did before we put him on a stretcher, I'm a painter, and I painted his son, my nephew, as Barney Fife, the bloodhound of the law. And I showed him that picture, and he laughed, and they put him on a stretcher, and he died in the ambulance.
Man.
Well, the next night I'm in Shipshewana, Indiana, Amish country, and after the show, and I truly believe this with all my soul, after the show, I'm lying there, and all of a sudden, here comes Mary Joanna, and all of the lyric, and I went, where did that come from? And then I went, I know where that came from.
There you go.
My brother, I really believe that my brother gave me that song because everybody that hears this, even the title, they just laugh.
Yeah.
And that's what it, if you can make people laugh, if you can make them smile, if you can make them cry like I did with The King Is Gone, everybody comes up to me and they go, when I heard The King Is Gone, I pulled over on the side of the road and cried. Well, guess what? After I left my mother, the song was on again and I pulled over on the side of the road and I cried.
Yeah. Well, that's what, how we started out. I mean, you really did heal the world with that song. I mean, it was a big deal when Elvis died, and I feel sad for those that weren't around when he was around to understand it. But the thing about music is people are always discovering that music and discovering. New generations come along and they fall in love with it. So it's music lasts forever.
Ken Mellons was my special guest last night. And, of course, Ken, rub-a-dub in a tub and jukebox junkie. But anyway, he had his 12-year-old son here. His 12-year-old son, he plays the drums, he plays the guitar, but he got up on stage, and you know what he sang? 3 Elvis songs.
There you go.
His whole world evolves around Elvis Presley. And I asked Ken, I said, Ken, how did Cash get into Elvis Presley? And they both looked at each other, him and his wife, and they said, Ronnie, we don't know. So is that not amazing? I had a pastor here last night, dressed like Elvis Presley, and Ken, he said, Ronnie, this is my pastor. He's a different kind of preacher, but he's, as you can see, we call him Elvis the preacher.
Well, a lot of these people that have been big influences in your life. I mean, my dad was a truck driver, right? So I grew up with the record player full of Teddy Bear and a lot of those truck driving songs. But we had Loretta Lynn. Since we're here in Tennessee, we're just outside of Chattanooga, so. Loretta Lynn and Buck Owens, we watched Hee Haw, and, that's kind of how I grew up. And you listen to the Grand Ole Opry on the radio. And it was a big influence in my life as well.
Yeah, I just, when I did, recently I did the 50th anniversary of Hee Haw. Well, Sam Lavello, who produced Hee Haw all those years, he was still living. And I walked up to him and I said, Sam, I know why you want me on here. He said, why is that, Ronnie? And I said, because everybody else pretty much dead.
That's right, yeah.
I was on the soundstage last week.
Oh, was you? Yeah, he was in Nashville last week, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, I had a ball doing that, but I never will forget the first time I did it. I was in the cornfield with Roy Acuff, and, we did it. I've searched the world over, and I thought I found true love. You met another, and
you were gone.
But anyway, Roy Acuff spit in my face so much, but I think he double spit.
Well, one of my favorite sayings is, "For everything you win, you lose something." So you lost a little bit there with a little spit, yeah.
Well, I can say I've been spit in the face by Roy Acuff, and I never will forget. I was on the couch on Ralph Emery one night, and Roy Acuff lived at the Opryland in a little house. They had him a little house, and Ralph said, "Ronnie, who'd you listen to in country when you was growing up?" And I said, Hank Williams, Roy Acuff.
Yeah.
And so 5 minutes later, here comes Roy Acuff, and he just not announced or anything. He just sat down on the couch beside me, and he kept looking at, because he's a little shorter than me, and he kept looking up at me. I said, "Hey, Mr. Acuff, how you doing?" He said, son, I was watching you and I heard you like my music. And I said, are you kidding me? It don't get no better than the Wabash Cannonball. And he said, well, I brought you a Roy Acuff knife. And I still got it.
Oh, there you go.
Cool.
Well, I was always amazed by Roy Clark's guitar playing. I mean, that man could play the fire out of a guitar, you know.
Him and Jerry Reed. I was with Jerry Reed.
I love Jerry Reed.
In Birmingham with Marie Osmond. Now, that's a trio.
Yeah.
Me and Jerry. And Marie was the big star that night, but me and Jerry rode over in the car together, and we was in the back seat. He said, you want to hear my Elvis story? And I said, of course I do. Sure. He said, I was fishing on Old Hickory Lake. He said, this boat come up and said, Jerry, you need to get down to the studio right now. He said, Elvis wants you to play on Guitar Man. Well, Jerry Reed wrote Guitar Man.
Yeah.
And Jerry said, now, Ronnie, I was like you. He said, I never laid eyes on this guy. He said, but I walked up to him and I looked at him like that. And then I went over and looked at him like that. And I looked at him like that. And he finally looked at me and said, hey, man, you making me uncomfortable. And Jerry goes, I can't help it. You're the prettiest SOB I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't say the other word on this, too, but anyway, that's what he said. And when I was doing that ABC TV series of Elvis, I was with the producer out in L.A., and he and his wife got to go see Elvis at a New Year's Eve party, and he said, Ronnie, believe it or not, Steve Tyrell was his name. He's an unbelievable singer, too. Yeah. And Steve has produced all these unbelievable records, but he said, we got to sit right across from Elvis and Priscilla. And he said, Ronnie, do you know how beautiful Priscilla Presley was? I said, you're preaching to the choir big time. And I said, I got to work with her when she was 38, and she still looks, she was literally the prettiest human I ever seen.
Yeah.
Well, but Steve Terrell said, now you know how beautiful Priscilla was. And I said, yeah. He said, but me and my wife, we couldn't take our eyes off of Elvis. He was 10 times prettier than her.
I don't know. I mean, I guess, you're in shock and awe if you're in the presence of Elvis. But, yeah, Priscilla, pretty good.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
And I was just with her recently, and we were really good friends. And matter of fact, I did a painting of her, not of her, but Lisa and her grandson at the old house in Tupelo. And when they passed away.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah, it is sad. You still live in Tennessee?
Yeah. In 1987, I was living in my hometown of Portland. As I said, on Hee Haw in the cornfield, population 3,476. Say Luke, but it's a lot more than that now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one day I got a phone call, and I was on the road with Conway, and he said, hey, you need to get down here closer to me. And the next day, I went down to Hendersonville. I pulled up to this old house, farmhouse, and the guy was standing in the driveway, and I said, hey, you wouldn't want to sell this place, would you? He said, son, me and my wife are getting a divorce. I'll sell it to you today. I bought it the next day.
Wow.
There you go. I mean, everything happens for a reason.
Some things are just meant to be.
Man, I mean,
there is no coincidences.
Well, like I said, we're just outside of Chattanooga and Harrison Bay on the lake. So if you ever come to Chattanooga, we'd love to get you in the studio here.
I love Chattanooga. Conway and I played there many times at the that theater there, but also, the park there in Chattanooga. I played there for like 20-something years.
Wow.
I never will forget. I can't even think of the name of it now. It's right there in Chattanooga. It's still there, I think.
Yeah.
Coolidge Park?
Is it Coolidge Park?
No.
It's on this side.
No, it's going toward Atlanta.
You're talking about Lake Winnipesaukee.
Lake Winnie.
Yeah, Lake Winnie. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they used to have and I think they still do have the stage
it was
there.
The Juke Junction.
Juke Junction stage.
Juke Junction stage. Yes,
that's right.
I remember that.
Yeah, I played there for like 20 years. I thoroughly enjoyed that place.
You know, that's still in the top 5 of the country of still wooden roller coasters left in the world.
That's right.
Wow.
That place opened in the 20s.
Yeah, it opened in the early 1900s, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, early 20s, 21, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, my mother, she was 13 years old. And she married my dad. He was 21. It was 1933. My grandfather could not afford to feed his children, all of them. So he let my dad, who was hauling fruit out of Florida, they stopped in Chattanooga, spent their honeymoon night at the Eastern Hotel. It's not there anymore. Yeah. And Mother told me, she said, I locked myself in the bathroom. I wouldn't come out all night. I said, Mother, that may be true, but you finally come out because you had 11 of them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a point around the Christmas day, you know, where you say, well, Mama, we know you got over your shyness pretty quick. We're all here. Yeah, we're all here.
So I have a lot of connection to Chattanooga, but she said the next morning on the elevator, we were going down this elevator, boy, it looked at your dad and said, sir, did you and your little daughter have a good night's rest? But I mean, you know, I've got grandchildren, you know, that are that age, and I look at them and I go, I just, that is crazy that people did that back in those days.
Yeah.
But you know, my friend Jerry Lee Lewis, he married his 13-year-old first cousin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course, Loretta Lynn, she was like, what, 14 when she married Dude?
14.
So, 14, yeah.
14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just kind of, you know, but the world was smaller then. And, you know, you know, like my grandmother and grandfather, they both lived to be, one was 102 and 104 when they passed away. And all they ever knew was each other because they grew up, joined farms together, you know, and they farmed their whole life, you know. So it's kind of like Jimmy Carter and Rosalind, you know, they grew up side by side, you know. So it's amazing, you know, how the world was a lot smaller and simpler back then.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't as many people.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, buddy, I can't thank you enough for taking time to be here, and I love the song. I've got it playing in the station here, and, you know, we'd love to have you come through here sometime whenever you're coming through Chattanooga.
Dan, I would love to do that, and I really appreciate you playing Mary Jo Wanna because we're doing it grassroots, the way we're doing it, and that's the way I want to do it naturally and let it happen. And I just re-signed with Curb Records 2 months ago.
Wow.
And Mike Curb and I, we signed together. I signed with him in '84, so I just re-signed with him. And you know, I'll be 74 the 25th of this month, and so I think I have been the most blessed soul on the planet, but not because of any of that. In 1968, when I landed in Saigon, I was 18. I went in with Jimmy Dale Hunter and Raymond Wright. They didn't get to come back. They died at 18 years old. And that's why I'm truly blessed.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know, thank you for everything that you've done, you know, your service. Thank you for healing the world with that song. And thank you for just making people smile and have a good time everywhere you go. You know, you are a class act.
Well, thank you. And, you know, Mary Jo does that. It makes people smile and
exactly.
laugh. Even a pastor.
Well, I got to tell you, Mary Jo Wanna is words on a piece of paper without you. Okay, so you really take it to another level. So we really appreciate you being a part of it this morning.
Well, I appreciate you, and I just did the Ray Stevens show, and I'll leave you alone. And the producer grabbed my arm just before I went out there, and he said, Ronnie, would you please talk to Ray? We can't get nobody to talk to him. And I said, man, I ain't got no problem with that. So halfway through the interview, Ray Stevens, he leaned back, and he goes, you sure do talk a lot. Now, this is live on TV. I said, well, Ray, I said, your producer told me to talk to you when I come out here. And he goes, yeah, but you talk a lot.
Well, when I was talking to Debbie about getting you on the show, right? Originally, we were talking about having you and Doyle, and I'm like, no, that's not going to work. We're gonna have to do these two separate interviews, or we won't ever be able to get to the story of everything.
Well, I just appreciate y'all more than you know, Danny. Thank you for having me on Tiki Man Radio. I think, and you know what better radio program to have Mary Joanna on than yours?
That's right, buddy.
Exactly.
Ronnie, I got a question. Did you ever play Branson, Missouri?
Oh.
I did many, many times. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be there this month at my friend Dick Clark's American Bandstand Theater.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. We used to have a condo there. That's why I'm asking.
Well, there you go. Yeah. This is Flaz and B-Dog. B-Dog has a show on Wednesday called Tropical Country. All right. So we might.
Oh, wow. That song will be on the playlist.
There we go. There we go.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. And of course, the hippie chick, the lovely hippie chick over here, she's a big fan as well. So we're going to.
Well, thank you.
We're going to let you fly, man. Keep smiling, and thank you for everything you do. Okay.
Hey, thank y'all. Appreciate you.
All right, man. We'll see you down the road. All right, buddy.
Okay.
one of my special relationships that I have with my sponsors is JBL Travel Group. Very proud to have him as part of our Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, and he also a sponsor for Rick the Stick Show. He's a sponsor for Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, and he's a big part about what we do. So one of the things we created was the JBL Travel Moment, which got him an award too, by the way, for social media. So here is this week's JBL Travel Moment. And now, Tiki Man Radio is proud to present the JBL Legends Travel Moment with Joe Leo. Take it away, Joe.
Good morning, everybody. It's Joe Leo with the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. And today I want to talk about pricing transparency. In the past, I've done episodes about buyer beware and how prices on the internet or at the cruise lines or the resorts don't show all of the charges, like on a cruise, like taxes and port charges, and at hotels it doesn't include resort fees or taxes. And when people call us and we include all that, we look like we're trying to rip people off. So I've been emailing and writing letters, and I know that our association, the Association of Travel Agents, has been lobbying, and finally regulation has come down across the industry that when now, well, let me finish. So that, like, now, if you go onto the cruise line website and you type in the cruise, it must show the taxes and the port charges as part of the final number. It doesn't have to show prepaid gratuities or insurance, but it must show the actual cruise price. Now, this is not going to stop them from still saying that single balcony cabins or single inside cabins starting at $6.99 per person is not going to still be advertised. But of course, down the bottom there'll be a disclaimer that says this price does not include taxes and gratuities or prepaid service charges, and that the price is based on double occupancy. So it's not eliminating the problem altogether from an advertising standpoint, but at least if a person goes and starts looking at the cruise line websites, they're going to see the actual price. So then when they call me and I give them the price, our prices are going to be either better or the same as what they saw online. It's not going to look like we're trying to rip them off. Then I can explain to them that, those prices that you saw don't include insurance. If you want insurance, that's extra. And if you want to prepay your gratuities, that's extra also. So it's a big win for us in the travel agency industry, because so many times, and I can't even count how many times people have called me and they asked me for prices and said, "Oh, I saw it on the website for like $500 cheaper," and then I have to go back and explain that that's because it's not showing the taxes and the port charges. And they probably don't believe me, but when they get all the way down to the end, get ready to check out, that's when they're going to see it. But that's all changed now. So whatever they see on that screen is, I'm going to be able to give them either, like I said, either a better price or at least the same price. The other benefit, of course, working with us is we always have some inside programs that are going on. I can give, my clients onboard credit. I have the different perks that I can send to their room, champagne, chocolate covered strawberries, etc., which you don't get on the websites. So it's, again, it's a big win for us. So anyway, and I do want to mention that this week we were nominated for a travel industry award for our Travel Minute on Tiki Man Radio and our Travel Like a Legend podcast, which we just started. I think we're into episode 15 on that one. But we have been nominated for that award. It's being judged by a panel of judges from the hotel industry, the cruise line industry, the tour operators, publishers of Travel Weekly magazine, etc. And the winners will be announced probably around the end of October. That's usually when they do it. Last year, of course, we won the Magellan Award for social media awareness. But this year specifically, we were nominated for our outstanding service in social media between podcasts and radio. So I'll keep you informed of that. Enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Joe Leo from the JBL Travel Group with this week's Travel Minute. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Joe. Always travel with someone you trust. JBL Legends Travel and Joe Leo. Reach out to him at 732-831-5200. The official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. This hour of the show is brought to you by JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio, an organizer for the Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise every year in May, where we go island hopping around the Caribbean. JBL Travel Company specializes in cruises and all-inclusive resorts for family vacations, group travel, destination weddings, and honeymoons for over 10 years. You should always take the Tiki Man's advice and travel with somebody you know. Reach out to Joe at 732-831-5200. Make sure you check out the JBL Travel Minute every Sunday at noon on Tiki Man Radio. During Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man, you'll learn something new every week. That's JBL Travel Group, the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio. MFG Records, Tropical Division, is a big supporter of Tiki Man Radio and live cam for Tropical Country on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. They're also sponsor for the Tiki Man Radio Songwriter Showcase Key West Bound. If you want to take your music to the next level, reach out to MFG Records, music for grown-ups, and Dave Sines and Beth Travers will take care of you. MFG Records, the official record label of Tiki Man Radio. Goaltending services, our good friends Gypsy Travels will take you out to the sandbars of the Florida Keys. It's time to get off the bar stools and get on another bar, a sandbar, with Gypsy Travels and GTS Charters. And now with Goaltending Services Outfitters, you can get the equipment you need, you can get the apparel you need, grab you some drinks and some souvenirs. That's Goaltending Services, the elite place to be if you're going to a sandbar or being on the water in the Florida Keys. Reach out to them today. Goaltending Services. Tell them the Tiki Man sent you. Make sure you visit the newly opened Goaltending Outfitters upstairs from the Hurricane Hole Restaurant at the dock. GTS Charters and Goaltending Outfitters. There's no better place to be in the Florida Keys. Well, that's the noise from the chocolate bar. That's all you were hearing.
Yeah, it's all back to normal now. Life's good. So what is this about the worms?
Okay, so...
You want me to tell it or you want to tell it?
No, the camera's on you.
You need to tell the story.
You have our undivided attention.
Because you are the expert on worms.
Okay.
We are not.
Okay, so...
Hi, what's his name on Dateline? Holtz?
Oh, what was his name?
Lester Holtz.
Yeah, hi, I'm Lester Holtz.
Lester Holtz.
Update.
Yeah, obviously we watch Dateline way too much. Lester Holtz. All right. So anyway, remember last year, and I was talking about how the worms were jumping ship. Mm-hmm. They were crawling out of the.
Yes, they were.
And they weren't doing that at first.
Oh no!
But here's what happened.
Here's
the real story. So and I kept thinking it's the plastic that got in there. I thought, oh, I've put too much pepper in there. I've put too, whatever. No, I was up reading, emails one morning and it hit me. Okay. And a year later, it hit me in the face what I actually did to kill the worms.
What'd you do?
So when you get the worm composter thing, it comes with this thing called a core, and it's got like bedding for the worms, and you what you do is you wet it, and it starts the compost for you. You put a little dirt in there, it's got dirt in it, and then it's like a little bed, and then you put shredded paper and all this. Then you put add the worms to it and the food. Mm-hmm. Well, when I got up to the next tray, I didn't have a core. So I put a little dirt in there, and then I thought, oh, I've got this really cool Epsoma compost starter.
Okay.
No, a compost starter. It's basically like acid to the worms.
Yes.
Oh.
Because it's
arsenic.
What what it's built for. What you're supposed to put it on a compost pile, not for worms, just to start the decomposition, right?
Yeah.
So I
you
put
were
it.
killing the worms.
I put it
Poisoning
in.
them.
And not thinking, I put it in the worm thing. And that's why they were jumping ship
Well,
and
yeah,
shriveled
like,
up
hey.
and died.
Well, yeah.
I mean, can you
I
imagine?
was poisoning my own worms, and I was such an idiot.
I mean, you would open up the lid, right? And so the worms would be like, help, help.
Yeah, get me out
And
of
they
here.
would jump out, and I would have
Don't
to.
eat that, Fred, it'll kill you. Yeah.
So you have just confessed to negligent homicide.
I did. Yes. I feel so bad now. I feel horrible that I killed my worms and I didn't even realize what I was doing.
Yeah. Lawsuit coming.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, my name is Edward Lost Luggage with American Airlines Sucks.com. And we're very proud to be sponsors of Tiki Man Radio and specifically Flaz's Here's Your Signs. You know, at American Airlines Sucks.com, we take people to places they've never been before, whether they want to go or not. Have you ever thought you'd love to go visit a state you've never seen before on the spur of the moment? We do that all the time. Have you ever looked in your closet and thought, I hope I never see these clothes again? Well, we can make that happen. Visit AmericanAirlinesSucks.com and get on board, where our slogan is, we can't do anything right. And now, Flaz's Here's Your Sign.
All right, there we go. AmericanAirlinesSucks.com.
I can see cease and desist letters right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Them bastards still owe me for the trip they sent me to Texas, okay? So,
You see
there we
that
go.
face on me there?
Yeah.
That's because I stole your ice cream.
That's right. This is what happened to my ice cream that I never got at the party. It's Flaz eating the ice cream.
I've seen a lot of ocean, seen mountains so high. I've seen the greenest palm trees and beauty from the skies. But I've never seen the likes of you who put a change in me. You unlocked the door to my soul, away the key. I've got this love in my heart, and I knew from the start I could see it in your eyes. Then I realized that I knew paradise is you. I have felt the warmth of the sun, white flakes in the cold. I've heard bells from the desert, where the sand looks just like gold. But I never struck it rich till you came into my life. And so here we are, about to be man and wife. So here we are once again, among family and friends, and the stars that we will reach as we stand upon this beach. Always knew paradise is you. for someone like you, I pray. So if you believe in me, want to be one with me, then please receive me today. I've had a taste of the finest wine, heard music from the best, met 1,000 people from the east clear to the west. I never met the one who could make me feel the way you do. But today I will say the words, join forever with you. I got this love in my heart and I knew it from the start. I could see it in your eyes, then I realized that I knew paradise is you. Paradise is you.
Hey, this is Marty Nickel, and you're listening to Tiki Man Radio, where it's always tiki time. Tiki time.
Daydreaming brightens my darkest days.
things you need to know if you're moving to the south. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We're going to go to number 1 here. Let's see here. All right. Things you need to know if you're moving to the south. A possum is a flat animal that sleeps in the middle of the road. Okay. It's not. You don't pull over on the side of the road and make soup out of it there, Plasmatic. Let's see here. All right. There are 5,000 types of snakes, and 4,998 of them live in the South, okay? And they're probably going to be going across your driveway at some point. Yeah.
Down here was the first time I'd ever, when I got on Facebook, I started following like the local sheriff's department. The first time I've ever seen in my life where they actually put out a warning that it is a rattlesnake mating season. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no,
yeah, the rattlesnake mating season. That's where they're like, they're really happy shaking that.
Your rattle's bigger than mine.
Yeah, your rattle's bigger than mine. Yeah. All right, number 3. Let's see what number 3 is. Here we go. There are 10,000 types of spiders. All 10,000 of them live in the South, plus a couple ones no one's seen before.
Truth.
Okay?
Truth.
If you don't like spiders, then you're gonna have spiders. Okay, that's just the way it is because we got mosquitoes and things flying around. The spider gets it gets a bad rap because the spider's actually doing its job. Okay, it's actually
Yes,
everything's
are.
flying around. It's trying to keep that from getting in your house. So
the other day I was walking through the woods. Long story.
I was lost in the woods one day.
I walked into a spider web. I'm glad I didn't see the spider that made it. Normally when you walk through a spider web, you just walk through it and you get it all over you.
Yeah.
No, this one walked into it and literally almost like stopped me. It was like, this is a pretty thick looking spider web.
It's like one of those scenes from
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That was that kind of a spider web, and I'm like, oh.
All right, number 4. Let's see here. If it grows, it'll stick you. If it crawls, it'll bite you. All right, number 5. Once and twice are words.
Yeah,
okay?
once and twice.
Once and twice are words. All right, these are things you need to know if you're going to have a conversation with somebody in Walmart. Okay?
Once upon a time.
Yeah.
Once and twice.
Not once, not twice, but 4 or 5 times. Okay.
I won't do that twice.
Yeah, that's Shy Patty's conversation right there. But number 6. All right. It is not a shopping cart. It's a damn buggy.
It's a buggy.
I was waiting for that one.
All right. It's not a shopping cart. It's a damn buggy. For God's sakes. All right. Get your language right.
I'll take you up where I'm from, and I'll show you what a buggy is.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right. Number 7. Jaw pee means did y'all go to the bathroom?
Jaw
Jaw pee? Yeah, I went to the bathroom. Yeah, here we go. We used that one yesterday at Lake Winnie.
We did.
Fixing to is one word. It means I'm going to do something. Okay.
Eventually.
Yeah. Backwards and forwards means I know every damn thing about you, okay? All right, let's see here. Number 10. Let's see here. You don't push buttons, you mash them.
You mash the button.
All right. You think the first day of deer season is a national holiday.
It is. I'm from up north, and it is.
All right, let's see here. Number 12. You know what a hissy fit is.
Yeah, yep. I had one of those last
week.
Yeah. You don't have to wear a wash because it doesn't matter what time it is. You work until you're done or it's too dark to see. All right?
Yeah.
That's how it works around here in the South, okay? We don't barbecue out, we grill out, for God's sakes. We smoke barbecue.
You smoke everything.
Light one up for me.
There we go. And then the last one is a toboggan refers to a knit hat you wear in the winter, for God's sakes.
That's right.
I agree with that.
Well, these two characters out here in the chocolate bar, when I said toboggan, they didn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Yeah, in the South, we call a hat, a beanie hat, a toboggan. I think up north you call it a beanie or
a sock or a head sock. But like
something else, but in the South, that's called a toboggan.
Well,
Plain and simple.
Yeah.
I was wondering what the heck
I
you were
know a
talking about.
toboggan.
Well, like I told them,
a
if y'all gonna live in
sled.
Tennessee, you have to learn the language, okay?
But that's what we call
You're not
a
new
toboggan.
anymore.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a toboggan.
Okay, so what is the thing you go down in the snow that
That's
has
a
a look?
sled.
Wait a minute, hold on. There's sleds have runners, but toboggans don't.
It's the trash can lid is what it is when you go down the
Yeah,
snow.
'cause see, we don't
He's
have
talking
enough
about the
snow.
professional.
Yeah, but see, we don't have
no.
enough snow flies in the South, so we either use a trash can lid.
Yeah.
Or some kind of little plastic disc thing, or something like that. But we don't have toboggan. That's a toboggan that
So
you
the
wear on
wooden
your head.
toboggan it doesn't exist in Tennessee.
That's right.
No.
Okay.
If we had to
We
wait
don't
for
even
that
have
to call it a
sleds.
toboggan, we'd never use the word.
Right.
So we decided, well, we'll just make it a hat.
Yeah.
It's a hat. It's a toboggan.
Toboggan on.
Yeah, he has a toboggan. See, I'm so proud of you guys. Yeah. So a bobsled is what they use in the Olympics, right? A toboggan is what you put on your head if you live in Tennessee.
Oh, hogwash. In California, we don't even need a knit cap.
Listen, nobody cares about California.
Oh,
okay?
yeah, they do.
You do in Northern California.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
sure do. It gets cold up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she also supported the whole toboggan.
Yeah.
She
looked it up and
agrees.
said, yes, it is called toboggan.
See,
so.
I hate to point out that y'all been wrong your whole life, but
Well, you know what? Just ask Callie. Callie's probably never called it a toboggan in his whole life.
well,
so
that's
there.
because y'all don't know anything about it.
That's
When the hell you gonna wear a toboggan in California?
At Northern
point.
Hey,
Northern
Those
I'm
California.
are
looking at a
beanies.
picture on top of one of your monitors, and it is Big Bear Valley Lake, and it's got an eagle on it, of course, but there's snow everywhere.
That's right. And you can wear a toboggan in Big Bear for
No.
sure.
Yeah.
You'd have a big sled on your
I
head.
think that eagle has a toboggan on right now.
He might.
Key West has a brand new brew pub, and you're going to love what they have brewing on their menu. That's right, the Blast Beer Company's southernmost pint brew pub, located at 522 Front Street in downtown Key West. Open 7 days a week from noon until 10 p.m. Offers handcrafted beer and made-to-order signature food dishes. On tap are 3 of their signature beers, the Southernmost Pint Golden Ale, the Save the Day IPA, and the Hazy Lady New England IPA, and many other tasty handcrafted beers brewed on-site right here in Key West. And if you're not a beer drinker, don't worry, as they have available on their menu wine and other adult beverages and booze-free drinks. While enjoying a pint or two, check out their amazing menu of small fare items made to order that include local favorites, guac and chips, and Mexican esquites street corn. And their delicious main course items, Caribbean chicken salad and trade wind meatballs. Stop in and enjoy one of their tastings of 4 different beer offerings of your choice. Or just enjoy a pint or two while taking in the aromas of beer being brewed on site and relaxing inside their brew pub atmosphere. Better yet, soak up the wonderful Key West weather and enjoy one of their handcrafted beers while hanging out on their great outdoor patio with music videos, movies, and sports games. Come by and watch your favorite team play on the biggest screen around. That's Blast Beer Company, Southernmost Pint Brew Pub, located at 522 Front Street here in Key West. Blast Beer Company, around since 1992, making beer 1 barrel at a time.
Nailtini Nail Bar and Day Spa in Key West offers a relaxing and serene atmosphere. Whether you are visiting Key West or a local, Nailtini is your temporary getaway from stressful everyday life. We provide a wide range of services. Dr. Lesson offers Botox and fillers by appointment only. We have skincare that includes waxing and facials. And for nails, it's not just a pedicure. You can get gel, you can get acrylic. While our skilled professionals pamper you and your guests, you can sit back and enjoy a relaxing manicure, pedicure in one of our massage chairs and enjoy a complimentary martini or other drink option. To see all our spa services, visit us at our website, nailtiniKeyWest.com, or call 305-294-4443 to talk with one of our skilled professionals and to make your appointment today.
But my very first job was the Fairland Supermarket on top of Lookout Mountain. I think I was 14 years old, and I got to tell you, you look back on things now.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Bryan, who owned the grocery store. And this is the only, if you've been on top of Lookout Mountain.
That's the only grocery store
It's the only grocery store they had.
On top of the mountain.
And, they don't have a lot of restaurants up there, which I always thought, man, all that money up there, you need like a steakhouse or something, up there. They do have the country clubs and all that stuff. They just generally go to the country club and get their steak and stuff. But anyway, so I worked there, and I was 14 years old. And you look back on things, and you don't realize you're being screwed at the time, right? And, because we were getting tips. So he wanted us to put it all in a bucket, right? And at the end of the year, we would take that out.
End of the year?
Yeah, at Christmas time. We'd take that out, and that would be our Christmas bonus. So he was such a cheap bastard. He was such a cheap
that
bastard.
Was pretty slick.
Yeah, bro.
And we were stupid enough to fall for it. Now
that's great marketing right there, man.
Oh my God,
that's pretty smart.
Yeah,
I mean, if we bagged our own ice. We had a meat department there, a little small meat department, and we made our own pimento cheese. We barbecue, had great barbecue sandwiches. Slaw. We had to make all that, put it in the cups and put it in there and all that stuff. Worked like dogs.
And then you got your Christmas bonus, which was actually your tips.
That you were getting all year, and he made you wait.
Yeah.
And you were happy about it at the end
now,
of the
do
year.
you think about how many people come and went, right? And they never got their Christmas bonus.
Yeah.
I got their tip, buddy.
Right. So you did bonus a little bit.
Well,
That's funny.
Yeah.
Man, that's pretty slick.
Yeah. Yeah, what a bastard that was. But anyway, I didn't know any better. I mean, it's my first job, so I didn't know better. I thought everybody got screwed when they were working.
You were 14 years old, so hey.
I hope you're enjoying the best of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. Make sure you hit that like button down there. That's the one on the left, okay? And that helps us out tremendously. Thank you so much for everything that all of you do for Tiki Man Radio and being a part of the Sunday show.
Oh,
beaches of Mexico. Far from the sea and snow. When you go around now, you'd be right at home, singing along to your favorite song. That's what you got to do. Oh, around now, why won't you go? Why won't you go? Beaches of Mexico. Far from the sea and snow. Around now, you'd be right at home, singing along to your favorite song. That's where you got to go. Hey, yeah! I see Danny Lynn over there too. Danny Lynn's responsible for that name too. So give it up for Danny Lynn over there. Tiki Man Radio! One more?
Idea for a great business.
Harris Teeter's has, and some Kroger's have. She goes. Michelle said, "Yep, Harris Teeter's and some Kroger's have bars in them." I've never heard of such.
Real social scene, you know.
Well,
so what do you got in that cart? Oh, well, come on over here, honey.
All right, let me give you another one of my visions.
Okay, what's your vision?
I'd like to start a chain of bars called the Dead Dog Bar,
The Dead Dog Bar.
and I'd like to put them in funeral homes. Okay.
Oh my God.
Now, I just want y'all to just think about
I'm hearing you out.
Yeah, just think about this. It's such a missed opportunity to have a bar in a funeral home because, you know, everybody's sitting around. They're like, hey, you got a mint, piece of chewing gum, whatever, you know, and you know, some people just go to the funeral home to eat the damn food that people bring. Because there's going to be that one person that just, you know, orders 7 platters of those funeral sandwiches, you know. And
funeral sandwiches.
You know, and so right off of the cafeteria there, we wouldn't even have to have food because everybody else is going to bring food. And we could build the Dead Dog Bar right there because it's such a missed opportunity to you know, go in there. And then we get a little. We could sell it to the funeral home because if they got a few drinks in them, they might go ahead and buy their caskets and stuff, and you can sell funerals ahead of time.
Well, you know, Turner Funeral Home used to be a country place restaurant.
Well, there you go. See, I just think it's another missed opportunity. You know.
Oh my goodness, I've never heard of such.
We'll call it the Dead Dog Bar. And we'll be known. We could start in this town and just move on up into Knoxville and just kind of go into different funeral homes. It's a great business because people are dying to get in there.
You're rotten. You're rotten. I never heard of such.
That's how my mind works. It's always working on the next big thing.
I think I missed something here, Verona. You said that's correct. Amber has her certificate of what? I'm lost a little bit. Okay.
All right.
If it's an Irish funeral home, you'd be all set. That's what Mo said.
Hey, there you go. See, Mo's on board.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
What could possibly go wrong? We have that hanging over the bar. What could possibly go wrong?
I love it. I love it.
You're a mess.
Well, I mean, listen, it's hard to get people to come out to the funeral home. They're like, okay, listen.
Let's see.
Maud died. We got to go to the funeral home. Oh, damn it. You know, the game comes on Thursday. I don't care. We're just going to go by and make an appearance. You know, there for a while, they had drive-through funeral homes.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Remember that? Where you could drive through the drive-through and just view them, you know, throw some money in the tip jar and go on?
I'm sorry, what?
Go on over to Captain D's and eat?
I do not recall this in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
Here at
You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, this was a big deal. They may still have it out there. I don't know. I think it's a great idea,
I don't
too.
think we ever had one here, though.
No, we never. Not in the South.
but-
That's blasphemy to have a drive-through funeral home.
That's what I was like.
When you put a bar in it,
talking about?
everybody's cousin will come to the funeral home.
Oh,
Okay.
drinking and driving. That's it.
And then we could
That
have
sounds like a great idea.
we could have that girl walking around, you know, with the Polaroid camera, get everybody's picture, you know. Listen, this is a great opportunity since y'all here to. You never know when you go. You know, one of you might not make it next time. You want to get your picture taken? It's only $20. Get a few drinks in them. We sell them back to them at the door. They can't get out. They can't get out till they buy the picture.
Now, in Jasper, Georgia, there is a funeral home that actually has the marquee that has the name of the deceased person
On the marquee.
on the marquee. Now, you could also put your beer specials on there as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's playing today?
Yeah. Yeah, Gladys Tidings is laid out tonight at between 5 and
Parlor A.
7. Happy hour starts at 5:15.
Parlor A, be there.
Tall boys.
That's right.
Tall
boys. 2 for 7.
2 for 7.
2 for 7.
PR tall boys, 2 for 7.
Yeah, I mean, there would be a time where people are saying, listen, well, we want to get in on that happy hour time for Mama to be laid out there. How do we get into that? People would pay more money to the funeral home to have people laid out during that time.
You'd have people coming in.
I'm sure
and
that there's a
somebody would
lack
say,
of people coming for viewings at 2, so
That's right.
you throw that out there, and here they come.
Oh, well, yeah, we could do $1 off well drinks between 2 and 4. Yeah.
People off the street would be coming in and they'd go, so how did you know Uncle Alex?
Well.
And he'd go, well, I really didn't know him. I'm here for the 2 tall boys.
That's right. And this is how we'd sell it to the funeral home. Because, listen, you guys have problems getting a good crowd. Okay? If somebody's popular, they're going to have a good crowd, but you ain't selling no business. If we can get them to come in here and sit down, you can come around and get out of that suit. All right?
I don't think this is going to fly in the South, honey.
Oh, are you kidding me? If it would work anywhere, it'd work right here. We'll open our first one in Birmingham. Here's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Sundays, it's The Big Show. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Streaming live on the Cammy's Grammy Live Cam from the Chocolate Bar Studios in Harrison Bay. Come over and be part of the show. After The Big Show, it's Tuesday on the Island Replay with B-Man and Michelle. Recorded live from Key West. Later that afternoon, it's 5 o'clock somewhere with Rick the Stick. You never know where he's going to pop up. On the Road with Rick the Stick, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Island Time every Sunday. Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. Get on the Peace Train with Ed the Train Man, live from Crown Point, Indiana. Tuesday at noon, it's Surfs Up with Callie McCool and the student crew. Tiki Man Radio's internship from Antioch High School in California. The kids are learning how to produce and do their own show. Compliments of Tiki Man Radio. It's the Lunchbox Special with Surfs Up every Tuesday at noon Eastern Island Time. Wednesdays, it's Where the Boots Meet the Beach with Tropical Country with B-Dog and Lou, streaming live on the MFG Tropical Live Cam from the Legends Studio in Ottawa, Tennessee from 7 to 9 p.m. Make sure you catch the Friday kickoff with Jen Shin from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Friday. Jen kicks off the weekend and tells you all the activities coming up on Tiki Man Radio and spotlights all of our sponsors. That's the Friday kickoff with Jen Shin every Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. You don't want to miss it. Friday starting at 8 p.m. It's Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Michelle from the Beachy Shell Studios in Key West, live every Friday, having some fun with their friends and sharing great music. Saturdays, take a trip back in time with Jukebox Saturday mornings starting at midnight and going to noon. Brought to you by Lake Winnepesaukah, the oldest amusement park in Georgia. This is where we open up the massive archives of the radio station and take you back to that old shaggin' music. That's your weekly lineup for Tiki Man Radio. Make sure you tune into all these great shows and keep listening to Tiki Man Radio and have some fun. Ranty there. Happy Sunday to you, everybody. Rise and shine. I left that door open. I thought the hippie chick would be back in here, but yeah, there we go.
There she comes.
There she is. There she is. All right. So, a redneck funeral. I don't know if you ever been to a redneck funeral.
This is awesome.
B-Dog, you ever been to a redneck funeral?
Yep.
Of course he has.
So, first of all, it was, we're out in a place called Otter, Alabama.
Otter, Alabama.
Otter, by God, Alabama.
That's right.
And, so we pull up. Service was around 2 o'clock, and there's hot rods everywhere. Okay.
Hot rod.
My brother
hot
loved,
rod cars.
Yeah, my brother loved hot rods.
And trucks.
Yeah, so they determined early on that everybody's going to bring their hot rods. Now my brother Andy has all his cars are antiques anyway.
Not his brand new truck. It's
His brand
I'll
new
say
truck.
that truck is far from an antique.
Yeah, that new truck now, that's the XKG 9000 model.
for sure.
And, it's...
That's like a spaceship compared to everything else.
I know. I still don't... I don't think he even knows how to work all the buttons and whistles and everything, but...
Yeah.
Because I thought we saw it at the Turner Green Festival, right? Yeah. And he just got it. And we're all looking at it, and I'm like, well, how does it drive? He's like, I ain't drove it much.
But looks pretty sitting in the driveway.
Yeah. But he's got 2 or 3 hot rods, got a Corvette, his old trucks, he's got the Cadillac. All this stuff, the 55 Cadillac, all that stuff. He's got all these
beautiful restored old cars. He did. He restored them.
But he'd been working on 2 or 3 of them at one time, so they were all down. And we couldn't have got, I can imagine, putting Mama in the Corvette,
Yeah, no, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so he wasn't able to bring his to the service. But anyway, so we get in there. Now, it wouldn't be a family gathering of any kind like this, especially a redneck funeral, if somebody doesn't come shackled by the police.
That's right.
Seriously.
Yes.
100%.
No, you walk in,
with leg shackles on.
It's just normal for me. I mean, a police car being parked out in the parking lot.
Yep.
Walk in there, there's my nephew. He's got shackles on, got his striped pants. Striped prison pants on.
Yep.
And a white T-shirt.
That's right.
And he don't skip a beat. Man, it's so good to see you,
And his legs are shackled. He just gave him a big hug.
Yeah. Hugged his neck, went on in.
Wow.
His escort.
Yeah. His escort
was with him all the time.
His escort went with us.
Went with us everywhere. Yeah.
All right. Then the preacher gets up. We're all gathered in there. It's time for the service, right?
Uh-huh.
Now the preacher did a beautiful job. And
it's like Brother Igo, and you're sitting on the front pew.
You're going to heaven or hell, one of the two.
Yeah.
And we talked about that for a little while, and then it was time for us to start the proceedings to leave, right? And he says, now this is how it's going to go. All right, the hearse is going to come out. I'm going to be behind that. And then Miss Augustine, which is my mama. Tina. She's going to be behind us. And then all of the race cars and hot rods, and then the police car with the prisoner. And then everybody
the family,
behind there.
and then everybody else falling behind. That's 100% true.
So then they play how they play this sad old music at funerals and you got to listen to all that stuff so then
not at Sam's funeral.
Not at Sam's funeral. Well, they did. They played all that stuff, and,
yeah, but wait for it. Preachers telling you got to get right with Jesus,
right?
You're going to heaven or hell,
right? And he gives the instructions on what's going on, and it's deathly quiet. It's like everybody's just really, really quiet.
Yeah.
And he says, now this will be the end of the service. Everybody go to your cars, and then starts playing.
100%.
My brother
wanted Skinner. They call me the breeze.
Starts blasting through the funeral home.
And then wait a minute.
Yeah. And then my nephew, Tiki Dave, says, "Roll Tide."
And Daddy punches Brenda and said, "That's your boy."
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, my brother's first wife's name is Sharon, right?
Right.
And we have a cousin that lives over on the coast in South Carolina, and she had called her to let her know what had happened and all this stuff. And she's on the phone with my sister, Judy, and she gets a text from Carolyn, and it says, now my sister-in-law's name is Brenda, okay?
Yeah.
But she sends her a text and says, "I'm so sorry for your loss, Andy and Sharon."
Oh, I know. So then
my
Daddy
brother's
had to
first
call
wife, right? So the whole so I lean over when Tiki Dave says, "Roll Tide," while Leonard Skinner's playing. Let's see here. It's like this, "Roll Tide," and I'll reach over to Sharon. Brenda was sitting next to me.
Yeah.
And I said, "Sharon, I think that's your boy doing that."
Oh my God.
So then we head off to Flat Rock to the
Oh
cemetery.
yeah, it gets better.
So we get down there. Now remember, the hot rods are behind. You got the hearse, my mama, and then and my brother Andy and Sharon. And then all the hot rods.
Yeah.
And
police car.
Then a police car with the prisoner.
Then all the family.
So there's
and then the other people.
We get almost right in front of the cemetery. You got to turn and go in.
It's like a right, and
then back into the cemetery. Right.
Right.
Well, all the hot rods do burnouts. Right
and
in front
there
of the
was the stinkiest smoke.
The whole
place out there was
all the hot
stinkiest
rods,
smoke.
and they did it for my brother because he loved hot rods and all this stuff.
That's pretty brave with the police car behind you too.
Oh, that guy didn't care. He's getting paid $50 an hour.
Yeah,
to
they
escort the prisoner.
Alrighty then.
And he wasn't in no hurry to get back home.
So they had to bring him up from Georgia, right? In the police escort, he's like, well, we can bring him, but it's going to cost you $50 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
And so here we go. We get out. We go to the cemetery, and here's, my nephew's, in his shackles, and he gets to come over and sit down. So here we are. We're sitting with the police, the prisoner, and my mama, and then we wasn't there 10 minutes, and then they're like, okay. Because this is another thing that happens in the South, right? I don't care what's going on. I don't care if anybody's in the hospital, you at the funeral home. It don't matter. As soon as you go in, you do what you got to do, and then it's off to the kitchen to eat, right? Mm-hmm. So the preacher says, well, this concludes the service here at the graveside. We've cooked a marvelous meal here into the church. And man, it was like rats on a sinking ship for everybody to get. My mama gets up, grabs her walker, and starts going through the cemetery.
And Daddy's like, get in the truck. We're going home.
Yeah, that's what I tell her. I said, all right, the truck's still running. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
Man. Patty Campbell says she's from West Virginia. That sounds like a normal funeral.
That's right, Patty Campbell. That's right.
Well, I'd like to make a comment that when your brother made it up to heaven, J.J. Cale came out of the corner and said, I heard they played one of my songs at your funeral.
That's right. That's right.
Really?
Exactly.
He wrote that song.
Yeah, They Call Me the Breeze.
They Call Me the Breeze.
Well, there you go.
That was one of Sam's favorite songs, and he wanted it played at the very end as he was going out.
Bobby McQueen says, I went to a similar funeral in Massachusetts. It was great.
This was so great. Let me tell you, I couldn't stop laughing. It was the best funeral. I mean, it really was. I've been to another one that was a Jimmy Buffett themed funeral, and that was pretty cool too. But this one topped it. This one topped it. It was really nice. Well, nice isn't the word. It was really funny.
Memorable.
Memorable. There you go. It's really memorable.
Well, I don't know if any of you guys know who Jerry Clower is.
I love me some Jerry Clower.
Absolutely.
Oh!
But he starts a lot of stories by saying, friends and neighbors, you just had to be there.
That's right. Friends and neighbors.
Well, that was a lot of fun. I hope everybody enjoyed the best of Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. It's always been a pleasure. I've been doing this for almost 10 years, and it's always a pleasure to come in here and do this show every Sunday. I look forward to it each and every week. And thank you to all of you that chime in, who support Tiki Man Radio, that's bought the shirts over the years, who have come out to the shows, who have went on the trips, everything that everybody does for Tiki Man Radio. It is an absolute pleasure to do this each and every week and to have a lot of fun. The world's gone crazy, so the world needs some positivity, and what you do is you surround yourself with positive people, and that negativity just goes out of the way. So thank you so much for tuning in today and enjoying Sunday Mornings with the Tiki Man. But for right now, it's time for us to get on out of here and let you get on with your day. All right? Make sure you check out all the shows on Tiki Man Radio each and every week. These guys work their butts off to bring you good entertainment every week, so make sure you check it out, support those guys, and have some fun. That's what it's all about. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, that helps us out tremendously. That's the one on the left, okay? So don't forget that. And we'll be back next week with another edition of Sunday Mornings with a Tiki Man. I hope you have a fantastic day. See ya, everybody.
So long, my friends, farewell, goodbye. I'd love to stay and play and sing for a while, but it's time to hit the road. Say goodbye, so long, farewell, bye-bye. Andy!
Goodbye to my friends, I'm glad you were here. It's time for us to go and get another beer. I like to see your smiling faces again, so goodbye, my friends, bye-bye. Thank you for the open invitation, your kind of laws and adulation. But look at the time, oh Lord, we gotta fly. So long, farewell, baby, bye-bye.
All right, kid.
Hey there now, friends, it's time to go. But we'll return and do another show.
That's right.
When we come back, drop in and say hi. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Give me a smile and a warm embrace. Pick up your coat and grab that old suitcase. I hear the whistle blowing down the track, and say for sure when we're coming back. So long, farewell, baby, bye-bye. And now we're leaving with tears in our eyes. We'll be back soon, so don't you cry. So long. Whoa.
So long, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of Sunday Mornings with a Tiki Man. I hope you enjoyed this best of Sunday Mornings with a Tiki Man. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much.